All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. It's time for the final NFL regular season game. We've got Vikings. We've got Lions. NFC North matchup here. Both teams are 14-2. A battle for the 1 seed and the NFC North divisional crown. Everything comes down to this. This is the difference between hosting the postseason and having it go through your city, or having to go on the road. 1 seed host the postseason throughout. Loser has to go on the road. 1st and 10. They're gonna run it here with Gibbs. Gibbs is gonna pick up 2 yards. 2nd down coming up here for the Lions. Vikings won the toss. They elected to defer. They will get the ball in the second half. Lions offense will be trying to score here on their opening drive. This is a perfect way to end the season. 2nd down and 8. Quick toss here to Williams. Williams picks up maybe 2 yards. 3rd down coming up here.
And this is when the Minnesota Vikings love to play. Now, in the past, we have seen the Vikings with Brian Flores, this being a heavy pressure down, big blitz down. But this
3rd down here.
has been much more on 3rd or 4th down, playing zones behind them. So I think the question coming in is with Brian Flores.
Here we go. 3rd and 5. Empty backfield here for Jared Goff. Goff takes a snap. Looking towards his left. Pressure coming. He's going to fire. He's going to be caught. Oh, Gibbs got past the defender and picked up the 1st down. Gibbs would have been tackled, but he got past the defender and picked up the 1st down. Who do I got winning? I got to say, it will be a tight contest, but this is the home team. I've enjoyed watching this team all season long. I got love for what the Minnesota Vikings have done. Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison, Sam Darnold reviving his career, making the 2018 draft class look even better with Lamar and Allen and Baker and now Darnold. But I've got to give credit to the Lions. I have talked about this team. I thought they'd get to the Super Bowl last year alongside Baltimore. I picked them to get back to the NFC title game and potentially get to the Super Bowl. With the Niners out the way, I think this Lions team has a shot to get to the Super Bowl. I've been rocking with the Lions all year. I gotta pick them. They're at home to get the 1 seed. What's up, keeping it real? Congratulations on the Ravens getting the AFC North. That don't matter to me. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for the love and support. But that don't matter to me right now. That don't matter to me right now. That title don't mean a damn thing. I came into the year saying we would go 12-5 and win the division. Guess what? We went 12-5 and win the division. Handle your business. I don't care who's coming into M&T Bank Stadium. We know it's Pittsburgh. Handle your business. I have to make a video on this. But Baltimore, 2nd down and 13 here. They're going to run it up the gut here with Gibbs. They're going to pick up about 5. 3rd down come up here. I got to make a video of this. But Baltimore has beaten every single playoff team except Kansas City. They beat Buffalo. They beat the Chargers. They beat Denver. They beat Houston. They beat Pittsburgh. They've beaten everybody in the playoffs right now except Kansas City. There is no excuse for them to not at least make it to Arrowhead for the AFC title game. No excuses. You get back to Arrowhead and let's see if you can get revenge on the Chiefs. No excuses past that. I don't give a damn about the title. I expected them to win the AFC North. 3rd and 8. They're going to hand it off here on 3rd and 8. And this time the Vikings are not going to let Gibbs get away. They're going to make the tackle. 4th down here. Lions have the punt. Opening drive comes to a standstill. It's time for the greatest game final of regular season history. We'll see. We'll see if we can get there. The Ravens win this week. The rivalry is officially back. I guess I don't really care about the rivalry right now. I just want to win. And I expect them to win. Can't remember the last time a regular season finale game's getting this much hype and anticipation by football. I don't think we've ever had a situation where we've had 2 14-win teams in the same conference, and the final game of the season is them going at it to determine who's going to win the division in 1 seed. This might be the first time we've ever seen this. So here comes the punt. Vikings get the ball back here. Let's see what this return is going to be. Beautiful punt. Takes him back to the 9-yard line. Can he get some space? No, he's going to be dropped at the 12-yard line. So the Vikings are going to start off deep into their own territory. Let's see what Sam Darnold can do in his opening drive. But yeah, I don't remember the last time we've seen this. This might be the first time we've had a scenario like this. They can beat Kansas City this time if they use Henry for sure. That's why you brought him here. I have to make this video. Baltimore is undefeated this year when they have given the ball to Derrick. When Derrick Henry rushes for over 100 yards, they are undefeated. And guess what? In those wins, it's been against playoff teams. Derrick Henry rushed for over 100 yards against the Bills. They beat him. He rushed for over 100 yards against the Chargers. We beat him. Over 100 yards against the Texans. We beat him. Over 100 yards against the Steelers. We beat him. Over 100 yards against, I'm pretty sure he ran over 100 yards against Denver as well. We beat him. Who else am I missing in the playoff picture? I said Denver, Houston, the Chargers, Pittsburgh. Either way, he's ran 100 yards over. Matter of fact, let me pull this up just to confirm. Just to confirm right now. Just to confirm. Because we beaten every team in this playoff aspect. So I'm going to pull up his stats right now this year just to prove it. When he's ran over 100 yards. Against Buffalo, he ran for 199. We won. Against Denver, he ran for over 100 yards. We won. Against Pittsburgh, when we won the game, he ran for over 100 yards. Against Houston, he ran for over 100 yards. We won. Against the Chargers, he ran over 100 yards. He's won. So against the other 5 playoff teams, when Derrick Henry's ran for over 100 yards, we are 5-0. And I don't even need to talk about the margin of winning because it's a double-digit margin of winning when we have played those 5 playoff teams and Derrick Henry has ran for over 100 yards. The formula is there to win. I don't want to hear excuses from this team. I don't. You have beat. Derrick Henry ran for 100+ yards against the Buffalo Bills. You beat them by 25. Derrick Henry ran over 100 yards against the Broncos. You beat them by 31. Derrick Henry ran for over 100 yards against Pittsburgh. You beat him by 17. Derrick Henry ran for over 100 yards against the Chargers. You beat him by 7. Derrick Henry ran for over 100 yards against the Texans. You beat him by 29. The formula is there to win for Baltimore. I don't want to hear no excuses. None. None. Show me. There's no excuses. The formula is there. I'm going to take away the other games they've won where he's ran for over 100 yards. Against playoff teams. The other 5 playoff teams you're going to face off against. He's ran for over 100 yards. The one game against the playoff team where he didn't run for over 100 yards was against Kansas City. And we lost that game by a toe. There's no excuse for Baltimore to not get this done. I don't want to hear squat from anybody. Your defense is much more improved now than what it was at the beginning of the year. This team is built to go win. First play here. Get a great run by Aaron Jones. He's going to pick up 8. Second down coming up here for the Vikings. Man, I know you hate the Bengals and don't care about them, but a team with a quarterback playing like an MVP, wide receiver getting a triple crown, the top 5 defensive player, yet still miss the playoffs, that's got to sting. I mean, tough for them. I feel bad. Oh, wait, second down. Ooh! Sam Darnold took a shot, but he throws and it's completed. First down, Vikings. Yeah, I feel bad for Joe Burrow. I feel bad for Jamar Chase. I feel bad for Trey Henderson. I feel bad for T. Higgins as well because he played well. I feel bad for those guys. But at the end of the day, I don't care about the team. I don't feel bad for the team. You played like trash for most of the year. I don't care about Zach Taylor. He should be fired. And I don't care about the Bengals fans. They deserve this. They talked all the trash they want. They deserve this. Shouldn't have lost to the Patriots. Maybe if you didn't lose to the Patriots, you'd be in the playoffs. First and 10 here for the Vikings at their own 30-yard line. Sam Darnold fakes the handoff. Now he gets it to Justin Jefferson. Jefferson's first catch of the game is going to go for about 6 yards. Second down coming up here. I know KC rested their players, but getting shut down against Denver was surprising. It don't matter. It really don't matter. 12-5, yeah. Commanders are 12-5. They're going to take on the Buccaneers, and hopefully the rematch goes better for them. Got to beat Tampa Bay. They smoked the Commanders in week 1, so hopefully they play better in that second matchup. But yeah, Kansas City resting their starters. I'm not surprised. I mean, a lot of 1 seeds did it. We did it last year. In fact, the 2 times we got in the 1 seed, we rested Lamar and the starters. It's to be expected. 2nd and 4. Here comes Aaron Jones. But the Lions defense makes a stop. He's going to be short 2 yards. 3rd down and 2 coming up here for the Vikings. Speaking of the Patriots, they just fired ahead. Yeah, they fired him because they have a chance to go get why is his name? Mike Vrabel. They already planned to get Mike Vrabel. So it sucks that he got fired, but it already seemed like it was in the plans it already looked like it was in the plans to get Mike Vrabel. So they're already ready for him to become the next head coach. That was already in the plans. 3rd down and 2. Darnold, completion, 1st down, Vikings. Got it to Aaron Jones. They pick up the 1st down. And the Vikings are moving the chains right now. Receivers were selling, not gonna lie. Bro, I watched on back-to-back days. The receivers of Baltimore and the receivers of Washington absolutely sell for no reason. Game before the playoffs, y'all want to be selling. Now, good news is both teams got themselves together and got the dub. That's cool. But please don't do that in the playoffs. At least with Washington, they'll be in Tampa Bay. It'll be warmer. Baltimore's going to be at home and it's going to be colder, which means they should run the ball with Derrick Henry. 1st and 10 here. Going to get it to Aaron Jones. Jones going to pick up about 5 yards here, maybe 6. 2nd down coming up here for the Vikings. To be fair, giving up 35-plus points to the Steelers, Ravens, Commanders, and Chargers, as well as starting 4-8, their season was over once they gave up 44 points to the Steelers and lost. Their season was over the second they lost to the Patriots. We all said that Patriots loss is going to come back to bite them. They said, hey, Joe Burrow started 0-2 in September before and still took us to the playoffs. Next time, you should make sure to take every game seriously. How about you don't drop 10 points of offense against the freaking Patriots? You already knew you had a tough schedule or a tough group of teams to play against. You knew you had to deal with Baltimore twice. You knew you had to deal with Pittsburgh. You knew you had to deal with Kansas City. You had some tough opponents. Next time, don't lose. Don't lose to a team like the Patriots. You can't afford to drop a game like that, knowing your division is tough, knowing you're in a tough conference. Don't lose. Don't lose. It's their fault. Don't lose. You don't lose to the Patriots. You set the tone by losing to the Patriots in week 1. You put yourself, and the worst part about it is they lost to the Patriots in week 1, knowing they had to take on Kansas City in week 2. But you know what? I don't feel bad for them because guess what? Baltimore was 0-2 as well. Baltimore lost to Kansas City in week 1, lost to the Raiders in week 2, and then their next 3 games was against Dallas, against Buffalo, and then against Cincinnati. They went 3-0 and got themselves back together. I don't feel bad for Cincinnati. We started 0-2 and 11-3 to win the division. Handle your business. Sorry, we started 0-2 and went 12-3 to win the division. 2nd and 9. Darnold fires across the middle. Incomplete. Pressure was coming. They're going to hold him there. 3rd down coming up here. You think Cleveland will drop the quarterback with their 2nd overall pick? I don't know. I don't know what Cleveland plans to do. I have no clue what the Browns plan to do. Will they get a quarterback? Will they? They might have to if they're going to convince Myles Garrett to stay. They have to come up with some sort of plan of winning because the man already said he does not want to stay on a team that's rebuilding. So they have to come up with a quick plan. They have to come up with a quick plan. 3rd down and 9. Empty backfield here for Sam Darnold. Darnold's going to take the snap. Pressure's coming. He's looking towards his right. He's going to fire it. Caught. Oh, he dropped it. T.J. Hawkinson had it in his hands. Incomplete. Vikings are going to have to punt the football. He's got to make that catch. If the Ravens made the Super Bowl, who would you want to face? Commanders. Let me have my dream Super Bowl. Let me have my dream Super Bowl. In terms of my dream Super Bowl, Commanders. In terms of aesthetic-wise, I want the Lions or the Eagles. But in terms of my dream scenario, let the Commanders get there. I win no matter who wins. Matter of fact, if the Commanders win, I get a ring. So yeah, I wouldn't mind the Commanders winning. But I want the Ravens to win the Super Bowl as well. So it's a back and forth. So it's like, do I want Lamar to get a ring or do I want to get a ring? I'd have to figure that out. I hate the Browns, but I feel bad for Myles Garrett. A once-in-a-generational player, and his career is getting wasted in the poverty franchise. Well, he has a chance to leave. He already said he doesn't want to be a part of a rebuild. If he has a chance to leave, leave. I can see the Vikings blowing out the Lions. I don't think that's happening. I don't think anyone's getting blown out today. This game is too important. These two teams have played at a high level all season. I don't see a blowout in either side here, especially for a divisional matchup with the number 1 seed on the line. Everybody's going to show up and play. Nice non-bias. I'm hoping for Buffalo, Detroit. Of course, everyone's hoping for Buffalo, Detroit. And that would be a game where Buffalo would just destroy Detroit. Detroit's defense stinks. Why does it stink? Because everybody's hurt. If everybody wasn't hurt, Detroit would crush Buffalo. But their defense is hurt. And Buffalo's defense is also bad. They can't stop the run. But guess what? The Lions have all these injuries to their defensive player, and Montgomery may be out. He's trying to see if he can play, but he's probably out. If the Lions were healthy, they would crush the Buffalo Bills in the Super Bowl. Why? Because that defense will get cooked. And Josh Allen will be fighting for his life. Good luck to you guys next week. We will see you first round for part 3. Even though we suck and I don't believe we'll do anything, we should have no reason. We have no excuses to not beat you guys. We have no excuses to not beat you guys. The formula to win is there. The formula is to win is there. It's clear as day. The formula to win is there. I've heard all season, we're saving Derrick Henry in losses. Well, we don't give Derrick Henry the ball. Oh, we're saving him for the playoffs. We're saving him for the playoffs. Bet 25 carries in the wild card round against the Steelers. The weather's going to be poor in Baltimore. It's going to be poor. It's expected to snow in Maryland tomorrow. It might snow on Saturday. We may play off Saturday. The weather is going to be perfect to give Derrick Henry 25-plus carries. If you don't give Derrick Henry the ball, you're not going to win in the postseason. The formula is there. Baltimore, when they have given Derrick Henry the ball 20-plus times and he has rushed for over 100 yards, we are undefeated. The 5 other playoff teams, other than Kansas City, because we lost to Kansas City, but each of the 5 playoff teams, Buffalo, the Chargers, Denver, Pittsburgh, Houston, Derrick Henry ran for over 100 yards in every one of those games. Baltimore beat them by... Let me stop right now. I already got that settled for a video. The formula to win is there for Baltimore. It's either they take it or they try to do something dumb and say, let's let Lamar throw for 40 times and make our offense one-dimensional. Todd Monken does that, I might lose my faith in them. I might legitimately lose all faith in Todd Monken's IQ and decision-making. You didn't want to give Gus Edwards the ball in the AFC title game? Bet. Let me see you try not to use Derrick Henry in the playoffs and see what happens. Having a 14-win team in the wild card is so funny. That's what happens when you have 2 14-win teams in the same division. Oh, look, we're going to play Saturday. There it is. We play Saturday night. Why am I not surprised? Baltimore and Pittsburgh play Saturday night. The Chargers and the Texans play that 4:30 game. Of course Baltimore's playing Saturday night. Why? Why not? Why not give us a Saturday night game? Why not give us a Saturday night game? Of course we're Saturday night. Why wouldn't we? First and 10 here for the Detroit Lions. They're at their own 22-yard line. They're going to toss it here to Gibbs. Gibbs going to find some space. He's going to pick up about 5 yards. Second down coming up here for the Lions.
Well, and Minnesota's dictating that to some extent because they're leaving those 2 safeties deep. And the Detroit Lions, they feel like they can run the football on anybody. But this is a very...
I feel like Baltimore's played playoff games a lot on Saturdays. Yeah, we played our wild card game against the Titans on Saturday. We played the divisional round game on Saturday. Didn't we play the Texans on Saturday too? The only time we've played on Sunday in a playoff game has been the AFC title game. I heard Celtics Thunder played today too, won that game. Thunder. Celtics got beat. Thunder won. Nice pass over the middle. Caught. First down by Laporta. Lions move the chains. First down here for the Lions. Goff under center here. First down. He's going to hand the ball to Gibbs. Gibbs is going to spin, but it's not going to be enough. The defense is going to make a stop. I don't think he picks up a yard here. Second down coming up for the Lions. Second and 10. Goff down the middle of the field. It's caught. Gets it to St. Brown. First down, Lions. Nice throw by Goff. First down, Lions.
First of all, when you have speed going down the middle like that, it's easier to get in behind. And because they've been running the football so much, you see those linebackers, Blake Cashman, stepping up.
I would love to play Detroit. It would be fun. Goff On first down, he's got plenty of time. He's just going to try to check it down. Nobody's there. Incomplete. Great defense by the Minnesota Vikings. Second down coming up here for the Lions.
Vikings, but if the Detroit Lions pass protection is like that all night, we are going to see some really big plays down the field. I think that at the end of this night, we're going to write a story of who better protected their quarterback in this game, because both of these teams, they want to hold on to the ball if they can and work it down the field.
Second down and 10 here for the Lions. Goff looking down the middle of the field. It is caught by Laporta. Laporta is going to pick up about 8. Third down coming up here for the Lions. I'll have any Super Bowl matchups except for Chiefs. Please not Chiefs. We'll tell. Listen, you want the Chiefs to not win, you better pray Lamar or Allen gets it done, because those are the only two teams. The Ravens and the Bills are the only two teams I think can beat the Chiefs. I think an interesting one that could happen is potentially the Chargers, or maybe we see an upset in the Broncos. There are two. We gotta say, this year, there's 3 NFC West teams in the playoffs. Chiefs, Chargers, Broncos. If the Broncos pull off the upset in Buffalo, they go to Kansas City. They nearly beat the starters. They nearly beat them. A blocked field goal saved the Chiefs. Maybe the Broncos can pull off the upset. Divisional matchups are tough. It's tough to beat the same divisional team 3 times. Same for the Chargers. It's tough to beat the same divisional team 3 times. If the Chargers beat the Texans, they get to go to Kansas City. So, hey, the Chargers could have a shot. The Broncos can have a shot. But in my opinion, it's going to probably be an AFC Championship game of Ravens, Chiefs, or Bills, Chiefs. And it's going to be one of those 2 quarterbacks and one of those 2 teams that's got to get it done against Kansas City. Otherwise, Mahomes is going to three-peat. Lions unis are beautiful. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. Love it. My favorite color is blue, so I love these uniforms. The blue and black just work so well with each other. I love it. Love it. Third down and 2. They're going to hand the ball off here. Gibbs makes a cut to the left side. He picks up the first down. Oh, sorry, I said Gibbs. Reynolds, excuse me. They ran the ball with Reynolds here. Reynolds makes a cut to the outside, picks up a first down. But a flag is on the play. This is going to be holding on the offense. It's going to come back. I wish the AFC Championship could be Ravens, Bills instead of anything with Kansas City. Well, you either hope for it. No, even then, you can't get it. You can't get it. Baltimore and Buffalo are the 2 and 3 seed. They're going to meet up no matter what happens. So the only way we could have had Ravens-Bills is the Ravens had to lose the division to the Steelers, get the 5th seed. Then they take on the Texans. The Chiefs will be in the second round against them, and then they could potentially meet up with the Bills. But because the Ravens are the 2 seed and the Bills are the 3 seed, they're set to meet up in the second round if they advance. So that's just how it's going to be. It's Ravens-Bills second round matchup and both teams advance. Third down and 12 here for the Lions. Goff in the shotgun here. Here we go. Goff, deep drop back. Pressure's coming towards the right. He fires. It's caught. But the Vikings make a stop defensively. Patrick makes the catch. He's going to be short about 3 yards. Fourth down here. Dan Campbell is not even flinching. You know they're going for this. You know they're going for this. He's not even flinching. Ben Johnson's not flinching. He's already given the play out. Oh, it's 4th and 5. They're going for this. They're going for this. They're going for this. They're going for this. On 4th down, the Lions offense has completed 69% on 4th down. The Vikings defense have held teams to 35% completions. The Lions are 5th in that ranking, and the Vikings are 1st. So the Vikings are the number 1 defense at stopping 4th down conversions. Here we go. 4th and 5. Goff takes a snap. They are going for this. Pressure's coming quickly. Goff across the middle. It's caught. Williams gets the first down. The Lions keep the drive alive, and they move the chains. Goff took a shot, but he delivered the ball in time to Williams, coming across the middle. First down, Lions. Dan Campbell going for it on 4th down, taking the risk with a free blitzer coming at Goff, and he delivers a perfect ball. Knowing he was going to take the shot, he just stood there and delivered that pass. That's why the Lions are the gutsiest team in the NFL. First down here. You hand the ball off. Here comes Gibbs. Gibbs inside the 10, inside the 5. Touchdown. Jahmyr Gibbs opens up the scoring in Detroit. Touchdown Lions. They take an early lead here. 8 plays, 78 yards, 5-18 taken off the clock. And the Lions strike first in this NFC North battle for the division and the 1 seed. Tell the Lions quit going for these 4-down shenanigans. They're never going to stop going for it. Dan Campbell built his reputation on this. They will always go for it on 4th down. Whether it wins them the game or costs them the game, they will always go for it on 4th down. That is who Dan Campbell's Detroit Lions are. They always go for it. They're not afraid to go for it. It's 4th down and they got a chance, they're going to go for it. They will never stop going for it. Is it possible some of the Lions defensive players can come back for the divisional round? I don't know. I don't even know the extent of these injuries, but they've got a pile of guys that are on the injury list. I don't know if they could come back. Maybe. It depends on how severe the injuries are, but I don't know if they'd be able to come back. I've heard that some of these guys could come back if the Lions make it to the Super Bowl, but I don't know about the divisional round. These injuries have hurt. And even with Montgomery, Montgomery's season is not over. They have not put him on IR. He is actively trying. He's not on IR. He's actively trying right now to get it done.
Get up to a $1,500 new customer offer and bonus bets when you sign up now. BetMGM. Download and bet today.
And we're back in third quarter planning. Adams is quarterbacking this project, and she's looking pretty tired, Jim.
She's stuck, though, and that deadline is looming.
It looms for us all, Jill.
Wait a minute. She just told Grammarly.
Grammarly is an AI writing partner. Helps you make your point.
She just asked Grammarly to help her write a summary of her doc, and she's shortening it. Look at that. She's done. And it's in! Download Grammarly for free.
Yes!
Sorry, I didn't hear those ice cold fireball shots. A bet's a bet. You know what you gotta do? Get to it. Does it look good? Big outdoor rivalry with fireball. Are you happy or sad? I can't tell.
Come on, Mufasa!
A companion can change an ordinary outing into an epic journey.
I always wanted a brother.
At Origin, we don't just make pet food, we nourish your companion's adventures. Destiny awaits. Origin, whole grain ingredients to nourish amazing. Visit OriginPetFoods.com for a chance to win tickets to Disney's Mufasa the Lion King.
Alright, let's see. They said Aiden could be back. Yeah, Aiden Hutchinson could be back if they make the Super Bowl. That was one of the names they said, but they said that they had a few other people as well. So Pittsburgh, if they win... Wait, so Pittsburgh, if win, Bills, if win, Chiefs... yeah, so if they beat Pittsburgh, they're going to the Bills. If they beat the Bills, they're going to the Chiefs. Tough, but to be the best, you got to beat the best. Yeah, their path to the Super Bowl is like this. If the expectations meet the expectations, which means the Bills and the Chiefs don't get upset, their playoff path is Pittsburgh, Buffalo, Kansas City to get to the Super Bowl. It's up to them to get it done.
Terrific player over his years. Some of the guy who wanted the ball in big moments, Johnson Phillips, played in games like this, a lot on the line. Number 1 seed, the NFC on the line here tonight. Made to the Sterling kick.
The Lions' offense this season is maybe the most fun offense to watch probably since the 2015 Panthers. I love watching the Lions' offense. It's fun. It's fun and it's special.
The resolutions for this year, everybody says, I'm going to get healthy. And the Lions need to. 16 on injured reserve. That's was getting a few people back. Most in the NFL tied for it on the defensive side. When they were healthy, they were much improved on defense. But since when the injuries have set in, not so much. The big injury was Aiden Hutchinson, their outstanding edge rusher who had that nasty
Here we go.
Dallas.
First down and 10 for the Minnesota Vikings. 1:43 left to go. Lions up by 7. First down here. Play action by Sam Darnold. Darnold, pressure's coming. He's going to have to get rid of the ball. He's going to get dropped. He does not get rid of the ball. It will be a sack. Zadarius Smith with the sack. He drops Sam Darnold all the way back at the 2-yard line. That is a huge loss here for the Vikings. Zadarius Smith making an impact here for the Detroit Lions. Why did the offensive lineman push Zadarius Smith forward? What is he doing? But Sam Darnold should have thrown that football away. And now you get dropped at the 2-yard line. A loss of 17. 2nd and 27. As long as you don't commit any penalties, you're going to force them to punt this football. That should have been delay a game. Aaron Jones picks up a good chunk of yardage, about maybe 12. 3rd and long coming up here. Aiden would have won Defensive Player of the Year if he didn't get hurt against the stupid Cal. If he didn't get hurt, he had a great chance. He would have led the league in sacks. Third and 18 here. Thought he picked up 12. He picked up 9. 3rd and 18 here. Thank you, John. Play clock winding down. This will be the final play of the first quarter. Darnold's got to get this snap off. The clock's about to tick down. Here comes the pressure. Darnold across the middle. Incomplete. He had a man open. He had Hawkinson. He had TJ Hawkinson open. That would have been for the first down. Darnold overthrew his receiver. He had TJ Hawkinson. The pressure was coming. Hawkinson was streaking down the seam. He was wide open. Just missed his arms. And Hawkinson jumped. He just overthrew his receiver. Incomplete pass. Vikings going to have to punt the football once again. Here comes the punt. This will be the final play of the quarter. Great punt to the 30. But the Vikings are going to have a chance to return this. And the Vikings defense make a stop. They drop him right there at the 30. Great job by special teams. And that will end the first quarter here. Detroit with the 7-0 lead after 1. Vikings struggling early on offensively. Dan Campbell needs to put his faith in his field goal kickers if it comes to it. He's not going to do it. He's not going to do it. Unless it's a situation where they need to kick the field goal to win the game, he's not going to do that.
Traveled all over the country talking about saving with Geico.
Lions looking good early on.
Showing up, saying, hello, fancy a nice chat. Then we talk like two old friends about sticky buns and all the savings you could get by bundling your home and car insurance. But here's the real secret. Eye contact.
In case you guys hadn't heard, Ravens playing Steelers Saturday at 8 p.m. Of course we are. Of course we're playing Saturday at 8 p.m. I don't care. Handle your business. I do not care. Handle your business. So let me take a look at this right now because it's already been confirmed. I'm gonna take a quick look here. If any team can stop Kansas City from a 3-peat, it'll probably be the Lions. Goff is 2-0 against Mahomes. Probably, but I don't even know if the Lions are going to get to the Super Bowl. And, I mean, previous records don't really hold up much against current situations. You can assume because you are undefeated or have a great record against one guy that they're just going to keep winning automatically. But games have to be played. And at the end of the day, you have to go out there and perform. So even if we can make the assumption that we can make the assumption that we'll be able to the Lions will be able to beat the Chiefs, but it's not a given. It's not a given at all.
Back in Detroit with Vikings head coach Kevin O'Connell. Kevin, 2 drives, 2 punts. How do you get the offense going?
Yeah, we were able to get off to a good start on the first drive, and then we had a penalty that set us back. And then a 1st and 10, starting the drive sack. Got to find a way to either get that ball thrown or put it in play. We'll settle in here. Had a chance to TJ on that first drive on 3rd down. I think our offense will be in a good place. Defense will go out and get a stop right now. We'll be all right.
Kevin, appreciate it.
This might be a good look.
We're visiting the now 39-year-old head coach of the Vikings. So great one-score game 6-9 in his first 3 games.
This might be a good look. Let me take a picture of this.
Find a way to get it done. And the Lions, false start to match Minnesota's from earlier.
False start. Number 58. 5-yard penalty.
False start here by the Lions on first down. That's going to move them back 5 yards.
And let's set this defense a little bit for the Minnesota Vikings. As you look at them on the back end, this is a defense that has 3 very good safeties, and that's their base defense, with Josh Metellus in the slot playing that position quite a bit.
Inside game first and 15. It is Gibbs, who's banged down for 29. Pickup of just 3 yards for the second year back out of Alabama. That was taken in.
Pick up here. Second down coming up here for
Yes, he's just a blur. The one thing that we saw
the Lions.
though, was that Jonathan Grenard had some success. As a matter of fact, the entire pass rush of the Minnesota Vikings had more success against the Detroit Lions than any other team rushing the passer, and yet Jared Goff still picked them apart.
Second and 12.
Oh! What a hit! It was a check down. It was a check down to Gibbs, I think, on second down. He got laid out. Gibbs took a shot. Wow. Third down here. He's in pain.
What a shot by Van Ginkel.
Van Ginkel just laid out Gibbs.
Player can have 2 pick sixes.
Oh my God, he just laid him out. Oh!
Anticipates this.
Clean hit. 100% clean hit.
This early in the game.
Wow, how did Gibbs hold on to that ball? Third down and 20 here. Vikings defense about to get these guys out of here. Goff has time, and he's gonna get sacked. Vikings defense makes a stop and forces the punt. Great stop defensively. The Vikings needed to make that stop. They get the ball back to their offense. 3 and out here for the Lions.
Shot at him first, and then they're going to come right back with Decker, and neither one can stop him. He has been some player. He's the A pass rusher. They send
Oi,
all
excuse
their
me while I put
exotics to
my phone into a charger here because my phone about to die. Vikings getting the ball here, and they're going to start their possession at midfield. They're going to start their possession at midfield. So right now, both defenses playing well, but the Lions were able to strike first. Still can't believe the Bears finally beat the Packers, and the Falcons choked away an easy win. The Falcons choked an easy division win because they lost to the Commanders. That happens if you don't handle business. Well, I mean, they were up, but the Commanders have shown to be a resilient team. Even if they would have beat the Panthers, they still would have lost because the Buccaneers won. So, you know, hey, losing to Jaden Daniels ain't a bad thing. Losing to Jaden Daniels ain't a bad thing. But the Bears beating the Packers, that actually is not a good thing. To make matters worse, Watson got hurt and Love got hurt. That is not a good look for them because they have to go to Philadelphia next week. Jordan Love injuring his throwing hand is the worst scenario that could have hit the Green Bay Packers. They have to go to Philadelphia next week. How the hell are they going to be prepared for Philly next week? If Jordan Love is compromised, how are they going to beat the Eagles? You can't. They might be cooked.
In the auto repair business, there's been some serious BS. That is to say, bad service.
Excuse me?
Want me to talk to your husband?
Oh, look at Tyreek Hill. Hey, the grass ain't always green on the other side, buddy. You took the money instead of staying to win a chip. You could have been part of this dynasty with the Chiefs, but you chose to go to the Dolphins. You talked about Tua being this and Tua being that. Wow, he throws a better ball than Mahomes and all this other stuff. Now you want out? The grass ain't always greener. You got paid. You watched the organization that you started on with the Chiefs. You watched them become a dynasty. Meanwhile, you collected stats in year 1, didn't do anything in the playoffs, and now here you are again, not going to the playoffs now. Last year, you in the wild card round, you got beat by the Chiefs. This year, you don't even make the playoffs, and now you want to leave. Now you want to leave Miami. Okay. His future with the Dolphins. I'm opening the door. I'm out, bro. It was great playing here, but at the end of the day, I got to do what's best for my career. I'm too much of a competitor to be just out there. What happened to Tua being better than Mahomes? Oh, he throws a better ball than Mahomes and all this other stuff. Maybe you should have left Kansas City in the first place. Maybe you should have taken a team-friendly deal so you could have been part of the dynasty. But I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't. I didn't want Mahomes to put up video game numbers anymore. I didn't want Mahomes to put up video game numbers. He's still winning rings. He ain't putting up video game numbers. It's your fault. Shouldn't have left Mahomes. You had a chance to be a part of the dynasty. You went to Miami for no reason. That's your fault. That's your problem. Now, if I don't even know if he's going to be a free agent. I don't know how that's going to work if he has to be traded or whatever. But it's Tyreek Hill's fault. I don't care. It's not my problem. I feel no sympathies for him. Shouldn't have left Kansas City. Should have taken whatever deal they were going to throw at you and be a part of a dynasty. We knew this was going to happen eventually. You've ran out of patience with two in the organization. That's what you get. Shouldn't have went to Miami. 1st and 10 here for the Minnesota Vikings. Sam Darnold under center. Hands the ball off to Aaron Jones. Jones gonna get stopped. Picks up a yard. 2nd down coming up here for the Vikings. The biggest reason why the Falcons lost that division is you should have swept the Saints. And that game came back to bite them. Losing to the Saints hurt them. Chargers need to trade for Tyreek Hill. That Tyreek Hill and Justin Herbert would be magical. 2nd down and 9. Darnold looking towards his left, nothing there. Looking towards his right, fires across the middle. It is caught by Hawkinson. Actually, sorry, not Hawkinson. Josh Oliver. It is caught by Josh Oliver. Flag on the play. This looks like it's going to be on Detroit. It might be on Branch. Yep. Illegal contact on the Lions. It's going to be declined, so that will be a 1st down. 1st and 10 for the Minnesota Vikings. They are finally in Lions territory. Matter of fact, they're in field goal range at the 36-yard line. Darnold in the shotgun here. Takes the snap. Quick throw. Oh, the ball could have nearly been tipped. He got it to Addison, but Addison's tackled right there at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down coming up here for the Vikings. The defense played that perfectly. The defense played that perfectly. Oh, Darnold on 2nd down, taking a shot down the field. Incomplete. He overthrew Addison. 3rd down and 10. Sam Darnold was looking for Addison one-on-one. He overthrew his receiver. 3rd and long coming up here for the Vikings. Sam cannot overthrow his receiver like that. It's one-on-one, and Addison had a step. He can make that catch. 3rd down and 10 here. Darnold in the shotgun here. Darnold looking towards his left, fires downfield again. He's got a man. It is Justin Jefferson who picks up the 1st down and takes it inside the 20. Inside the 10. 1st and goal, Vikings. What an adjustment here for Justin Jefferson. Pressure's coming. Darnold knows it's coming. He goes quickly, puts it out there before he gets hit. And there's Justin Jefferson making his imprint on this game. Coming across the middle of the field and gets open one-on-one here. Beautiful execution. Great catch by Jefferson. Takes it inside the 10, probably inside the 5 too. 1st and 10 here. Sorry, 1st and goal here for the Minnesota Vikings. They're going to hand the ball off here to Aaron Jones. Jones is going to be stopped at the 3-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up here for the Vikings. It's crazy how many wide receivers are going to be free agents. T. Higgins, Stephon Diggs, Chris Godwin, Amari Cooper, DeAndre Hopkins, Keenan Allen, Mike Williams. Wow, we'll see a lot of movement by these wide receivers. We'll see what happens. Should be interesting. Second and goal at the 3-yard line. Minnesota looking to tie this game up. 10-20 left to go in the 1st half.
Spotting the ball, is that line? But that's not what you want if you're Kevin O'Connell. Because please reset the game clock to 10:25. 10:25, put the play clock at the 25 mark, and it started on my ready. Because now the Lions got a chance to think about Justin Jefferson in the backfield.
Darnold, pressure's coming. He's floating it. Incomplete. He just had to get rid of it. 3rd down and goal. The pressure by the Lions. Pressure by the Lions put him in a position where he just had to get rid of the ball.
Get to the line of scrimmage and run this play. Clearly it was the Jefferson in the flat. They switched to a zone defense and they got it covered. So, yes, the officials had to step in there, but it was to the advantage of the Lions.
Whew. 3rd down and goal here. Vikings looking to tie the game up. 10-19 left to go. Darnold in a shotgun. Can they tie this up here? Pressure's going to come from the left side. He's got to be prepared. Here we go. Pressure's coming. Darnold fires. Incomplete. He was looking for Hawkinson at the back of the end zone. They could not connect. Vikings going to have to settle for 3. Oh, are they going to go for this? Oh, they're going to go for this. Aiden O'Connell's going to go for this. Aiden O'Connell is going to go for this. The Vikings are going to go for this. 4th down and goal. They've converted 6 of 10 4th downs this year. And the 10 attempts is the fewest in the NFL. They rarely attempt 4th downs. But they have to match the energy. Dan Campbell went for it on 4th down, and it resulted in the touchdown. The Vikings are going to try to do the same thing. Aiden O'Connell matching the energy of Dan Campbell here in a divisional matchup for the 1 seed. 4th and goal. Darnold looking. He's running out of time. He's got to float it. It's incomplete. He was looking for Justin Jefferson. Jefferson's looking for a flag. No flag. Lions defense makes a stop. Lions getting the football back.
The big play to Jefferson got him down to the 5. 3 cracks in the 3. And as much maligned of late, Detroit defense comes up with the red zone stop. 7-0 Detroit. And Lions fall as they stop Darnold.
Welcome back to this US Open Office Play.
Miller just lobbed a message way over Jones's head using some technical jargon.
Let's see if they
Aiden did I say Aiden O'Connell? Did I say Aiden O'Connell? Sorry, I was watching the Raiders. I was watching the Raiders early. I meant Kevin O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell was the... I'm sorry. Excuse me. I appreciate you guys. You guys always got to call me out for this. I meant Kevin O'Connell. Aiden O'Connell, I was watching the Raiders against the Chargers. And I was looking at the Raiders. I'm like, damn. Aiden O'Connell, if he was healthy, he would have helped them. So Aiden O'Connell was one of the quarterbacks that played this year for the Raiders, and I was speaking about this early on, and like, damn, Aiden O'Connell was healthy with the way the Chargers were playing in the first half. It's something I was talking about earlier. Oh my goodness, I was watching the Raiders and Chargers. Who willingly watches the Raiders? The Chargers were potentially a matchup that we would face. So I was watching the Raiders and Chargers to see if the Chargers would beat the Raiders. I needed to know who we were going to face. Were we going to face the Chargers in the wild card, or were we going to face the Steelers? So I was watching the Raiders-Chargers game because I had to know who we were going to face. I meant Kevin O'Connell. My mistake. I appreciate you guys. The one thing about the chat is they will always correct you when you say something wrong. I was watching the Raiders, and I saw Aiden O'Connell on the sideline, and I'm like, damn, what the Raiders are playing, and with the way the Chargers were playing in the first half, if Aiden O'Connell was playing, they might have won. They had a chance to win and potentially spoil the Chargers' 5th seed chance. So Aiden O'Connell was one of the Raiders quarterbacks this year. Kevin O'Connell's the head coach. I appreciate you guys pointing out. You're like, who's Aiden O'Connell? That was my mistake. I appreciate you guys correcting me. I meant Kevin O'Connell. I was watching the Chargers-Raiders game before this live stream. And that's how I was watching the Chargers finish things off. And I'm like, okay, Chargers are going to Houston. We're going to take on the Steelers. So, yeah, I saw Aiden O'Connell on the sideline, and that's why he came up on my mind. So, yeah, my apologies. Aiden O'Connell plays for the Raiders. Kevin O'Connell is the head coach. So, yes, Kevin O'Connell tried to match the energy of Dan Campbell, and it didn't work out. But Darnold had a chance to get it. The opportunity to get it to Justin Jefferson was there. He just overthrew him. The pressure was getting to Sam Darnold, and he just overthrew him. 1st and 10 for the Lions at their own 3-yard line. They're going to give it to Gibbs. And Gibbs is going to break it to the outside and pick up about 5 yards. 2nd down coming up here for the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, well, we saw him come off after that big hit, hunched over, immediately sat on the bench, had about a 2-minute conversation with the athletic training staff. No exam. Stood up, twisted a few times, tried to limber up. David Montgomery came over to him, smiled, and put his arm around him. He asked him, "You good?" He
So,
said,
yeah, Kevin O'Connell took a chance.
pretty good news for the Lions.
You like the Commanders over Tampa Bay? Absolutely. Absolutely. That is a revenge game. Week 1, the Commanders lost. To start the season off, Jaden Daniels got blown out by that team. They got something to prove. Oh my God, Goff! Oh no. It's going to be incomplete. But are they going to take a look at that and see? If that is intentional grounding, that's a flag. If it's not intentional grounding, he's good. If it's not intentional grounding, it's incomplete. If it's intentional grounding, that's going to be in the end zone. That'll be a safety. The refs are talking this over. If it's, they're going to rule incomplete. They're going to rule incomplete. They said there was a receiver within the vicinity. They're going to rule incomplete. Yep, they're going to rule incomplete. A receiver was in the vicinity of that. It will not be intentional grounding. Had they called intentional grounding, that is a safety, and the Vikings get the ball. So it won't be intentional grounding. There was a receiver in the vicinity, and they will be able to run this for third down. The only reason they're lucky is because Gibbs was there. 3rd and 5. Goff gets it to Laporta. First down. I'm ready for the NBA playoffs, and this NFL season is over. I mean, you could be ready for the NFL playoffs. I'm not ready for the end. I mean, you could be ready for the NBA playoffs. I'm not ready for the NBA playoffs. My team's in the NFL playoffs. I'm focused on the NFL until February. After that, we'll go to the NBA playoffs. But NBA playoffs don't start till April. So I'm not locked in until April, and I'm locked in on the NFL playoffs. My team is trying to compete for a title after all, so I'm locked in for that. 1st and 10, they're going to hand it here to Gibbs, and he's going to be stopped at the line of scrimmage. 2nd down coming up here. Did you see what's happening with Skip Bayless? I did, but I've always had the mindset of anytime I see an allegation, I choose not to believe it, but I also choose to take it seriously. So anytime I see an allegation, I immediately don't believe it, but I also take it seriously. I want you to prove it. We've seen way too many cases where people made accusations, and then come to find out those accusations aren't true, and then all of a sudden, the person that ended up getting accused of it, people are calling them all sorts of things. They're a predator, yada, yada, yada. And the person that accused them that was lying gets off scot-free. They don't even go to prison. So we've seen way too many cases where accusations have been made about individuals and come to find out they're not true. So my mindset when this happens is anytime an accusation happens, I don't believe it, but I take it seriously. I want a serious investigation. Seriously investigate this, gather the facts, gather the evidence, and prove that the accusations are true. Once that's the case, the proper punishments need to be handed out. But we should never immediately jump to, oh, this person did this, or oh, this person did that. We do that way too much. But I thought it was always innocent until proven guilty. So I'm not going to believe the allegations until you prove the facts. 3rd and 1, they're going to run it here. The Vikings had a chance to make a stop, but a first down is going to be picked up by the Lions. What happened to that clown? Trust me, John, you don't want to know. You don't want to know. FS1 is dealing with a huge situation right now. And it's not even Skip Bayless. Bunch of names been thrown at it. Joy Taylor's name's been thrown at it. Acho's name's been thrown at it. It's a messy situation at FS1 right now. If those accusations are true and they gather the evidence to prove it, a lot of people are going to be in trouble in Fox. But that's something they got to deal with. Sam Darnold, wow, did not know who their quarterback was. You didn't know who the quarterback of the Vikings was? You didn't know that was Sam Darnold? You hadn't watched a single Vikings game this year? Goff. Oh, he gets picked! Goff got intercepted! The ball gets tipped and picked! The ball gets tipped and picked! The Vikings defense makes a play! And it's going to be 1st and goal for the Vikings! Goff tried to float it to Gibbs. It gets picked off. Oh my God. Goff tried to float this. Not to Gibbs, to Reynolds. He tried to float it to Reynolds on a quick toss. And Reynolds would have had the space to pick up the first down. But the ball gets tipped and picked off. And it's 1st and goal at the Detroit 5-yard line. Or Detroit 6-yard line. Oh my God, a huge play by the Vikings defense puts Sam Darnold and the Vikings offense back at the goal line. They got stopped here. Once again, they'll have a chance to tie this up. 1st and goal, 6:55 left to go in the first half here. Vikings have a chance to tie this game up. Empty backfield here for Sam Darnold. Darnold takes a snap, looking towards his left. Nothing there. Holds, fires. Incomplete! It could have been picked. He was looking looking for Justin Jefferson. It could have been picked off. Robinson had a chance to intercept Sam Darnold at the end zone. He had a chance to pick him off. Robinson had a chance. He was in front. He covered Justin Jefferson perfectly there. He had a chance to jump the play and pick it off. He couldn't catch it. Robinson couldn't catch the ball. He could have had a pick. Ooh. 2nd and goal. Sam Darnold's got to be careful. Can't turn the ball over here at the goal line. He's under center this time. He's going to play fake it here. Play action. He's looking. Nothing's there. He's going to fire across the middle. It is caught. But Jefferson couldn't bring it in. Initially, he couldn't make the catch. He had a chance for the touchdown if he would have made the catch initially, but he couldn't make the first catch. He couldn't make the first catch, bobbled it, made the second catch, and by then he was already out of bounds. 3rd down and goal here for the Vikings. Third and goal here. Justin Jefferson had a chance for a touchdown there, just couldn't get it in. It was a bit too high from Darnold. 3rd and goal. Play clock winding down. They got to get the snap off. Lions sending pressure. Darnold open. He misses Jefferson again. 3 times Sam Darnold has looked for Justin Jefferson and he's missed him. 1st down, he underthrows it and nearly gets picked. 2nd down, he overthrows it. Jefferson can't bring it in. 3rd down on a fade. He overthrows Justin Jefferson again. What do you do if you're the Vikings? Do you go for it again? They got to settle for 3 this time. They've had 7 opportunities at the goal. He missed. Oh, he got it. That looked like he missed the field goal, but it barely snuck in. Vikings going to get some points out of this. You had 7 chances to score a touchdown and they couldn't get it. You had 7 chances to score a touchdown and you couldn't get it. 7-3 game here in Detroit. 6:35 left to go. Goff's interception turns into points for the Vikings.
You know what you gotta do? Get to it. Does it look good? Are you happy or sad? I can't tell.
Come on, Mufasa.
A companion can change an ordinary outing into an epic journey.
Oh my goodness. Sam Darnold is missing throws right now. They could have had a touchdown, but he's missing guys, man. He's missing guys. Oy, this is tough.
Origin whole grain ingredients to nourish amazing. Visit originpetfoods.com for a chance to win tickets to Disney's
Ooh.
Palace of the Lion King.
Yeah, this is getting interesting. Let me see this right now. Darnold missing key opportunities here, man. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. That's gotta hurt. Goff hands you a gift, and you miss.
State-of-the-art meets work of art. The Mercedes-Benz E-Class is automotive intelligence in its most exhilarating form. Motor Trend's 2025 Car of the Year. Learn more at MBUSA.com.
Deal or no deal island, back with a vengeance. You guessed, better egos, way bigger twists. And the biggest deal in TV history, it's Deal or No Deal Island, Tuesday, 8, 7 Central on NBC and Peacock. Vassar Bridge, one of the toughest ways to take you from downtown Detroit over to Windsor in Canada. 7-3. The Lions lead this battle for the number 1 seed. Winner of this game gets a bye and is off next week. And the road to the playoff comes through either Pacers bound for LA to play the Rams in the wild card game on Monday night.
Mike, in most situations, if this Lions defense had played like this, the Lions would have been up 3 touchdowns.
Lions going to get the ball here. It's going to go out of bounds. So first down coming up here for the Lions.
You talk about this Lions offense, Chris. Here's why you're bringing that point up. This Lions offense has roared, and who better to take you through it than the greatest of all the Lions, Barry Sanders, 33.3 points per game, first time leading the NFL in 70 years, and coming into this week 6 times they scored 40 or more. That ties the NFL record, and coming into this week plus 200 in the point differential, best in team history. Like that guy, best in team history. Hall of Famer Barry Sanders. It's a pretty high-end help we get the stats.
First down here. Goff throws across the middle. It is caught. Got it to Patrick, and he just stumbled, but he picks up about 8. Second down coming up here for the Lions.
Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator, who everybody who's looking for a head coach wants to knock on his door and say hello.
Yeah, and this one, you might want Terry Glenn too. This is a situation with the Detroit Lions, and what they've been able to do out here with their defensive side with Aaron has been just sensational. Everybody thought this was going to be close to 100 points in a game out here.
Goff, play action. Fires across the middle. It is caught. This time to St. Brown. He's going to take him up to about midfield. First down here for the Lions. Think OKC will come out the West this year? Who knows? I like them. I hope they do. I would love to see OKC. I think OKC, if they take it to the next level this year with the guys they have with SGA and with Chet and with Williams, if they take it to the next level, they can compete and win in the playoffs and get past the second round and potentially get to the finals. The West is wide open. The West is wide open. Anybody can win it. The West is wide open.
It's exciting though because
Second down coming up here for the Lions.
it's about the pop, right? You can only play man coverage against Justin Jefferson and the receivers on the Minnesota Vikings for so long, but they've got to start hitting. They've got to start hitting the big plays.
2nd and 7 here. Goff's going to hand the ball off to Gibbs. And Gibbs is going to be tackled. He had room to pick up a first down and more. Great tackle by the Vikings. Third down coming up here.
Chris, he has looked good in his first few years here in the league.
Yeah, and that's what made the signing of Blake Cashman so important. Cashman is the guy that can go in coverage, and what they want to do with Ivan Pace, let him do what he does best, which is come forward, put pressure on the quarterback, and make big plays that way.
There's Cashman, who plays college ball in Minnesota with the Gophers.
3rd and 3. They're going to hand the ball off here. Vikings come close. Does Reynolds pick up the first down? He's close to the line. They might mark him short, or they might give him the first down.
1 yard line. Let's see where the mark will come.
I don't like where they placed that ball. That's short. They're going to say they're short, but Detroit, knowing them, they're going to go for this. Knowing Detroit, they're going for this. 14 inches, let's be real. Dan Campbell's not. Look, Ben Johnson's already calling the play out. He's not flinching. He's not flinching. He's not flinching.
Skipper eligible one more time. And now we're going to stop. Let's see if we're going to get an expedited look at this, or is a challenge flag thrown? Let's see. Campbell challenged this? He did.
Are they going to challenge this?
Campbell
Campbell's going to throw a challenge here and say that the spot is not where it needs to be.
All right, so we'll check it out. Look with us as we go to the break. What do you think? The body part comes down. Where's the front edge of the ball there? Might be a first down.
That's close.
Check it.
That is close. That is very close.
Let's Monopoly go! Chris! Kiki! Ready, Tycoons? It's go time! Cash grab! I won again?
Whew.
Daddy will be back soon!
I'm going to do anything in my power to be going to the Steelers playoff game. I have to see our first home playoff game against Pittsburgh in person. I'm probably going to try to go too. I probably won't be. Again, I've already said it's up in the air. 50-50. If you see me streaming the wild card round, that means I didn't go. If not, I'm at the game. It's a primetime game. It's a playoff game. I'm probably gonna have to go. I haven't gone to a Ravens game all season. I'm probably gonna have to be there.
It's progressive for their cars in-house. Oh.
Progressive can't save you from becoming.
It's gonna be a divisional game, divisional rival game, a playoff game. I'm gonna have to just bite the bullet and go. Thank God it's a Saturday, not a Sunday. The Ravens have opened up as an 8.5-point favorite in their wild card game against the Steelers. Ain't nobody give a damn about that favorite nonsense. Get that out of here. Just win. Don't care about no 8.5-point favorite. Get that nonsense out of here. Just win the damn game. Opening up as 8.5-point favorites. They can open up as 20-point favorites. Go win the game. Go win the game. Go win the game.
So tense, amazing.
Yeah. And it was easy to pay off the low rates on their platinum card from maybe Federal Credit Union. Can't imagine where we'd be without them.
I think you should. Yeah.
I shouldn't have seen that. I really shouldn't have seen that. I mean, my feels talking about, oh, open up as an 8.5-point favorite. Nobody care about no 8.5-point favorite. Go win the damn game. The next 6 days, all we gonna be saying, go win the damn game. Who cares if we're favorites to win? Just go ahead and get the job done next. We don't give a damn about favorites, no favorites. Better go win the game. So they're gonna rule it as a short. They're gonna rule them short. So the call's gonna stand. They're gonna lose a timeout. 4th and inches. Goff goes for it and it gets tipped incomplete. Vikings defense makes a stop. Why did they choose to throw it on 4th and inches? I don't know. Why not just line Goff up and go for a sneak? I don't know. The highs and the lows of Dan Campbell. He'll go for it on 4th down, and when it works, awesome. When it doesn't, ugh. You know what? He saw the Vikings line up and said no. Did that ball get tipped? That absolutely got tipped. The ball got tipped. Williams was wide open. The Vikings defense made a stop. They tipped the ball up. And just like that, Minnesota has a chance to take the lead. There's 3:37 left to go. Vikings do get the ball coming out of halftime. They're at their own 41-yard line. They have a chance to go take the lead. Sam Darnold on 1st down here. He's going to hand the ball to Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones making some moves, but he's going to be dropped after picking up about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up here for the Vikings.
Stands for this banged-up Lions defense after that last one. Alex Anzalone, who Dan Campbell told us he was so excited to get back from injury tonight for his leadership, walked up and down the sideline and said, that is how we change the game. And defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn just came over and yelled, we need to fight. We need a takeaway.
Anzalone playing that first game, as mentioned, broke his left arm. Practice this week, a little bit last week. Ready to
Play action here on Goff. Not Goff. For Darnold on 2nd down. They just got to take off. They got to him quickly. Darnold takes off, but he takes a shot as he going out. I think as he goes out of bounds. I'm sorry, I thought he took it afterwards. No, he takes a shot as he's going out of bounds. There will be no penalty. Because I was looking for the flag for a second, but he took a shot as he was going out of bounds, not after going out of bounds. There will be no penalty. That is a legal hit. 3rd down here for the Vikings.
Making plays with their legs, and for Darnold, he saw an opportunity, but just couldn't win the race to the edge.
3rd down and 6.
Yeah, maybe I need to do it in a little bit more, especially tomorrow when they play all that man coverage. Makes it 3rd and manageable, 3rd and 6.
3rd down and 6. Darnold across the middle. It's caught. 1st down. And Naylor's going to take it into Lions territory. 1st down here for the Vikings.
First down for Minnesota as we get to the
2-minute warning here in Detroit. Vikings have a chance to take the lead heading into halftime.
Feels like a playoff game. Feels like a game for the #1 seed and the division title in the NFC North.
This has been a tough, gritty playoff game. It's been a tough, gritty playoff game. That is the atmosphere we have here in Detroit. That is the way the game has played out. It just feels like a playoff game. Nothing is coming easy for either team. It feels like a playoff game.
It's the first iPhone built for Apple intelligence. That's like peanut butter on jelly on go. Get 4 iPhone 16s on us. Plus 4 lines for $25. And save on every plan versus the other big guy. What a deal. That's a lot if you ask me. If y'all giving it away too fast, T-Mobile, slow down.
AWS knows NFL fans are obsessed with every single detail. That's why we power next-gen stats to give fans more. More good luck catching him. More defined expectations. More, oh yeah, for more stats that NFL fans love.
Don't worry, we'll be back.
I can't believe they're leaving. Like, who would ever want to leave this paradise?
A paradise you'll want to lose yourself in. Book your escape to Celebration Keep, Carnival's exclusive paradise.
Show me your prodigies.
The Lions and the Vikings have been very physical today. It's been a tough battle. It's really felt like a playoff game. It has truly felt like a playoff game.
The early risers, the tough days, the relentless fighters, taking small steps forward to make the big things happen.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment. Dave's back on. Coors Light. Cheers, chill.
Coming up for you on the halftime, we're going to take another look at the wild card schedule, including our game between the Commanders and the Bucs next Sunday night. Mike?
2-minute warning here. 2 minutes left to go in the first half. Minnesota does get the ball coming out of halftime. So this is huge for them.
Winner of this game will be kicking back and watching all of us work. They will join the Kansas City Chiefs in the bye.
Let's see how this is going to go.
Title game last year, you can see them as a 1 seed. Nobody saw Minnesota to be in this position. They're hanging right in there on the road with a chance to get the one.
First down and 10 here. Aaron Jones got out of a few tackles. He had to spin because they were about to catch him behind the line of scrimmage, but he spun, got out of it, and picked up about 7. Second down coming up here for
We're seeing these
the
Lions
Vikings.
playing a little deeper tonight than what they were a week ago in that game against San Francisco, where they were really getting beat up by play-action passes.
Oh, I'm going to have to watch Nightcap. CM Punk's on Nightcap tonight? I got to see that. Also, Ocho's going to be crying, and Shannon Sharp's going to be on his head because the Broncos beat the playoffs and the Bengals didn't. Second down and 5. A toss here to Aaron Jones. He's got space. Aaron Jones picks up the first down. Gets inside the 25, but a flag's on the play. We have to see where this is going to be. It might be on the Vikings. This could be coming back. Aaron Jones, no time to flex. This could be on the offense.
So far, 1 on Minnesota, 2 on Detroit. See what Brad Rodgers has here. Holding. Defense number
Holding on the defense. That's going to be a first down no matter what. They're just going to add the 5-yard penalty.
Connor, one of the defensive linemen
The Lions caught holding.
for the Lions with all their injuries up front.
You know, sometimes it'll mess with you a little bit. You make that little adjustment at linebacker. That time we saw Brian O'Neill and Garrett Bradbury able to turn the corner and get downfield and cut off those linebackers on some blocks. So let's see if the Vikings hang with this.
They're the Vikings back in the red zone. No touchdowns, just the 1 field goal. And those 7 snaps inside the 10-yard line, they yielded nothing. Chance to take the lead here.
First and 10. Hand the ball to Aaron Jones. Jones gets dropped right there. He picks up maybe a yard. Second down coming up here for the Vikings. A minute 9 left to go.
Reader inside. The Lions acquired in free agency this year.
Yeah, we talked about not having Aiden Hutchinson. They don't have Aleem McNeil either, who was their second leading sacker. And those 2 guys with Reader inside, they were so dynamic. Just so many tremendous players not playing for the Lions.
The 17.
Second and 9. Darnold across the middle. It is caught. Once again, Jones, but he's going to be dropped short of the marker. 40 seconds left, third down here. If the Lions defense can hold them to 3, you go into halftime 7-3, and you work. You're perfectly fine with that. You're perfectly fine with that. Clock is ticking. Vikings want to make sure the Lions have no chance to get this football back. It don't matter. Detroit has one timeout anyway. Now you see the Vikings calling timeout here.
Let's take a look at our next gen stats powered by AWS and the matchup that everybody's been watching tonight. Amik Robertson and Justin Jefferson. They played against each other in high school. 15 matchups, 5 targets, just 2 receptions, and 10 of those in man coverage. If you would have told Aaron Glenn, Dan Campbell that was going to be the result of that matchup before the game, they would have been thrilled out of their mind. Can he hold up one more time here at the end of the half? High school matchups.
Third down and 6 here. 28 seconds left. Can the Lions defense make one stop here? They're going to need to. Vikings do get the ball coming out of halftime. Here we go. Darnold looking towards his left. Pressure coming. He's going to fire. Incomplete. The defense got to him there. Fourth down here. They have to settle for 3. They have a chance to make this a 7-6 game.
Kind of beating pressure coming in from right here that we've seen Darnold take. And I think they took a look at some of the numbers of him holding the ball and said, I think we can get there before our coverage is going to break down.
And Chris, that's pass to an outside guy working inside there to try to get some pressure on for Aaron Glenn. So, it's 25, records from 31.
Field goal is up, and it is good. 7-6 game with 20 seconds left.
And we'll be back in Detroit in 30 seconds after this from AWS.
AWS knows NFL fans are obsessed with every single detail. That's why we power Next Gen Stats to give fans more. Good luck catching him. More defined expectations. More, oh yeah, the more stats that NFL fans love.
Are you surprised so far?
Stud. I really am. I just, the great thing about it is Aaron Glenn came up with this strategy to attack the Vikings. And the one comment that he made was, I know my head coach will have my back.
Right.
Like, if this blows up, and it could, you know, when you go against these receivers that the Minnesota Vikings have, and that guy in particular right there, Justin Jefferson, this could have gone very, very, very wrong here tonight. But he took chances, they're attacking, and right now it is working.
Both teams have been stymied and frustrated a bit. This may go out of bounds, and if it does, it's interesting. The lines of
Oh, it went out of bounds. This is going to go to the 40-yard line. So now, with a timeout and 20 seconds left, the Lions have a chance to extend their lead. Uh-oh.
This is a very interesting time, and as we've been telling you the last few years since you've been watching the live, you know that they are aggressive. And they're always aggressive in this part of the game, too. With 30, 40 seconds left, they've got to take a shot to get some points, and now they've got a real opportunity.
Ben Johnson, you have to pay attention to him as a play caller. He'll lay a trick play on you in this part of the field, too.
20 seconds left, one timeout. Goff's going to have a chance to get them in the field goal range. He takes a shot down the middle of the field. It is caught! He gets it to St. Brown right around the 42-yard line. 15 seconds left. They're at the cusp of field goal range. Can they get a good 5 to 10 yards to give their kicker a chance to get a good field goal here? We'll find out. Great throw by Jared Goff. Beautiful catch right there by St. Brown. And it's going to be a 1st and 10 at the Vikings 42-yard line. 15 seconds left. Oh, sorry, 41-yard line. 15 seconds left. They need a good 10 yards. 15 seconds left. Plenty of time here. Goff takes the snap. Fires across the middle of the field. It is caught. Timeout. They get into field goal range. 7 seconds left. They're going to run the clock down to about 3 or 2 seconds. Timeout. Timeout. Dan Campbell, they're in field goal range. They can take 3 points right here.
You set them up, and they are going to negate basically your field goal on the other end, right? It's amazing how many of these games come down to special teams plays, mistakes, big plays.
And these are two kickers that have had very good rookie seasons, but are in big moments. And Bates hasn't had those big moments. If you're with us for the Houston game when he kicked the game-winning field goal, we told you that he was selling bricks in Houston and then got a call to come try out for the UFL and then kicked for the team that played in this building, the Michigan Panthers, and kicked 360-plus yard field goals. Reichert, the kicker who kicked it out of bounds at the kickoff, he's been part of the national championship teams and the great runs at Alabama. He's been in these big moments. Bates has lived up to them thus far this year. Minnesota will take a timeout to try to ice him with 48 seconds to go.
Minnesota's going to use a timeout to try to ice the kicker before halftime.
The Bates story was so unique because he didn't kick field goals during his college stops. He was a college soccer player for a couple of years and then had the opportunity to make the transfer over. And once he did finally kick in Arkansas in his last year, he was more of a kickoff specialist. He didn't kick any field goals. This year, all he's done is come in, set a Lions record for single season points, and make big field goals against the Rams, the game winner against the Vikings, the Texans, the Packers, and here from 48 to extend the lead at the break.
48-yard field goal kick is up, and it is good. And the Lions are going to take a 10-6 lead into halftime.
Cost the Minnesota Vikings 3 points. 26 of 29 for Jake Bates this season. Good from 48 at the break to give the Detroit Lions a 4-point lead with the number 1 seed in the NFC North title on the line here in Detroit. Kevin O'Connell knows they let some points slip away.
All right, 10-6 game heading into halftime. 10-6 game heading into halftime. You're going to do a game preview for the Ravens-Steelers game? You know I'm going to. I got videos lined up this week. We got a lot of things to talk about. I got videos lined up this week. I got a lot of things to say. We got videos prepared. So you know I'm doing a preview. But it's not going to be a normal preview. It's not going to be me hyping up the team. I've got no reason to hype up this team. We're not doing that this year. But we are officially at halftime. I've got things to handle. So I will see you guys in the second half. Alright, I am back. That took a while for me to get back. I was busy doing something. Damn, look how low I am now. Well, you know, I was able to save as much as I can. So I'm going to put this up here. She don't own me. Sorry, I'm just doing a few things here. I'm just doing a few things here, just doing some quick maths. So, let's see. Okay, this is how much is gonna owe me. Darnold and the Vikings get to the goal line on this opening drive, and now it's a 3rd down and goal. I know I missed a lot because they got the ball in the opening drive and marched down the field. So that's how much tickets. And then if she's talking about a train ticket, that's also gonna be an amount. I ain't made the money to do this, bro. She gonna owe me. She gonna owe me 93. Okay. At the end of the day, she gonna pay me what she owe me whenever she get paid. 3rd down and goal here. $2.69. Okay. 3rd and goal. Darnold again getting pressure, rolling to his left, rolling. Gonna toss it incomplete. He's got to throw it out of bounds. The Lions defense at the goal line has been stout, and it has put the Vikings in a very tough position. 4th down and goal. I'm so glad I was going to do that. And then you owe me plus 150. Because you owe me 150. So I'm just to let you know. 9, 11, 419. 4th and goal here. They're going to go for it once again. Darnold, he's got to make a quick decision here. He doesn't have time to waste. Darnold, he's going to have to make a decision. Someone's got to get open. Incomplete. He was looking for Addison. The Lions defense has been stout. Once again, the Vikings go for it on 4th down at the goal line. And once again, they come up with 0 points. At some point, Kevin O'Connell is just going to have to accept that if they can't get in the goal line in 3 attempts, they're going to have to settle for 3. Once again, the Lions defense stands tall at the goal line. Lions defense right now is putting on an amazing performance. Fantastic performance.
The Mercedes-Benz E-Class is automotive intelligence in its most exhilarating form. Motor Trend's 2025 Car of the Year. Learn more at mbusa.com.
This is getting tough, man. This is getting tough. This is getting tough.
Your wonder kids, overnight successes.
The Vikings at some point has to accept that if they can't get in with 3 attempts, you've got to take the field goal.
Tough days, the relentless fighters, taking small steps forward to make the big things happen.
With investing options from Navy Federal Credit Union, Rob feels financially at ease, which means he can worry about other things like landing this fish. What if the fish is really big? What if it's not a fish? What if it's treasure? What if the treasure is cursed? Rob has a lot of things to worry about, but as a member of Navy Federal, his finances aren't one of them.
This is getting frustrating. This is getting frustrating for the Minnesota Vikings because you cannot continue to get to the goal line and come up with 0 points. It's getting frustrating. It's getting very frustrating here for the Minnesota Vikings. They have got to find a way to score.
So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
The red zone has been a nightmare so far for the Minnesota Vikings on offense, and for a variety of reasons. Pretty consistent pressure, high throws being missed, occasionally just catch a break, right? Nick Robinson just catches a break on that one. pressure, come back, force the scramble, and it has been the way that they have just...
Look at this, man. This Lions defense has been shutting everything down.
Play breaks away. Sam Darnold has not been able to find anybody late.
First down and 10 here for the Lions at the 2-yard line once again. Play action here. Darnold taking a shot down the field. He's got nobody but a pick. So look at this. I said Sam Darnold. Jared Goff. Jared Goff just threw an arm punt. Jared Goff just threw an arm punt. He just launched it down the field for no reason. There was no receiver within 5 yards of that pass. He had a receiver that he was trying to look for. Just nothing there. This is the second interception that the Vikings have come up with. This is Harrison Smith's 37th career interception, most among active players. I mean, how about this Vikings defense? Vikings defense been playing well. Lions defense been playing well. Jared Goff just launched an arm punt for absolutely no reason. Why did he launch that? He just took a shot for no reason. That's an arm punt. That is a complete arm punt. Williams is streaking, but he misses him by 5 yards. Jared Goff is playing bad in the biggest moment of the season. Sam Darnold is trying, but he can't get anything done in the biggest moment of the season. Seems like both teams right now, offensively, they're not ready for the moment. First down here. They're going to give it to Jones. Jones is going to pick up about 7, maybe 8. Second down coming up here for the Vikings. And we have an injured player down right now.
Rookie out of Alabama, who's taken in the first round.
Another injured defensive Lions player. They can't afford this. They cannot afford this.
Figured it out. Just made a big play on the prior snap. Arnold down right in front of Dan Campbell on the line sideline.
Meteorologists described the blizzard as a doozy, but to these intrepid few pals, it was a ticket to Jumbotron City. Didn't cost much, just the shirts off their backs. The legend starts when you follow the captain.
With Amex Gold, you can score 4 times points on restaurants around the world. So you can raise the bar on game night.
This is becoming a brutal game. Both teams are suffering injuries. Things are looking tough, man. The Steelers-Ravens wild card will either be a Ravens blowout or an embarrassment by the Ravens. No in between. Nah, I mean, well, embarrassment would be if it's a tough, gritty, slow game that comes down to the wire. They should not be in a tough highly contested game with the Steelers. They have an opportunity to go out there and dominate these guys. They need to handle business. Don't even let this game get close. Zay Flowers, no Zay Flowers. You better handle your business. The key is giving the ball to Derrick Henry. They can't stop Henry.
Like, who would ever want to leave this paradise?
Like, we're not even gonna make these arguments. Handle it.
Of course I do. But do I regret my decision to stay in paradise? Thank you, Charles. Absolutely not.
A paradise you'll want to lose yourself in. Book your escape to Celebration Key, Carnival's exclusive paradise. Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first.
Baltimore has no excuse to be in a highly contested game against them. No excuse.
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds. What's up, You're in good hands with Allstate.
Save that energy for the preview if you're gonna do one. Oh no, for a fact I'm gonna do a preview. I am absolutely gonna do a preview. I'm gonna try to give you guys as much content as possible before the wildcard game, because I ain't gonna be here for that. I am not gonna be here to live stream the wildcard game. I can tell you for a fact. I will not be here to preview the wildcard game. So I got to give you guys as much content as I can get before the wildcard game, because I will not be here for that. Second down and 3 here for the Vikings. Darnold takes a snap, looking towards his right. He's going to check it down to Aaron Jones. Aaron Jones got space. Aaron Jones picks up a first down and more. Gets inside the 40.
Aaron Jones, locker room to start this quarter. Factor on the last few plays.
And the other guy that we didn't talk about is Carlton.
First down and 10 for the Vikings.
So this is a secondary very much depleted at this point.
Also, these two offenses,
Those pass plays that
JD's fine. JD is fine. I won't be able to watch the game, sadly. I have to be somewhere Saturday night. Hey, man, just root from wherever you're at. But yeah, JD will be fine. First and 10 here for the Vikings at the Lions 37-yard line. They're going to play fake it here. Darnold. Pressure's coming. He's just got to get rid of it. He nearly throws a pick. Zadarius Smith nearly had an interception. Sam Darnold nearly gets smacked. Throws the ball. Well, nearly gets sacked. He throws the ball right into the hands of into the hands of Zadarius Smith. And Zadarius Smith cannot believe he didn't pick that off. That could have been a pick six. But here comes a penalty. They're going to call intentional grounding. There was no receiver in the vicinity. Intentional grounding by Sam Darnold. But it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have mattered. Zadarius Smith had a chance for a pick six. If he catches that, nobody's in front of him. If Zadarius Smith catches that, nobody's in front of him. That's a pick six. Look, nobody's in front of him. If Zadarius Smith catches that pass, no one's in front of him. That's a pick six. Oh, but this is going to be intentional grounding. So it's going to make it 3rd and long anyway. Sorry, not 3rd and long. 2nd and long anyway. 2nd and 23. But that's going to hurt the Lions not getting that pick. Now they got to get the job done and force a punt here. They're at their 50-yard line. 2nd and 23 at midfield here for the Vikings. Darnold in the shotgun. Darnold's going to take the snap here. He's looking towards his right. Looks again. Going to go to Justin Jefferson, who gets the catch. But there's a defender that's on the ground. No flag on the play. He's trying to call for a push-off. He was asking for offensive pass interference, and no call was made. Let me look at this. Robinson going one-on-one against Justin Jefferson. Did Jefferson push off? That's not enough. That's not enough. That's not enough to get offensive pass interference unless he touched the face mask, which it didn't look like he did. 3rd down and 6. They picked up 17 yards here. 3rd and 6. They're back in field goal range. Goff takes a snap. Goff fires across the middle of the field. It is incomplete. He was looking for Jefferson again. There was a chance that could have been picked, but it got in the hands of Jefferson. Incomplete pass. 4th down here. Minnesota's going to have to kick a field goal. The Lions defense stands tall once again and forces a 3-and-out. And once again, the Lions also had a chance to pick that off. The Lions have had a few opportunities to pick them off here. Oh, God. Oh, I thought Kevin O'Connell was going to go for a 51-yard field goal. The kick is up, and it is nice, clean, and good. 51-yard field goal is good. It is a 10-9 game with 9:55 left to go in the 3rd quarter. I meant Darnold. I keep saying Goff and Darnold, and I keep saying for Darnold I'm saying Goff, and for Goff I'm saying Darnold. I keep making the mistakes. I don't know why. But yeah, Sam Darnold nearly threw 2 picks on this drive. Defense held tall, forced a field goal. And now Jared Goff and the offense get to come out here.
What'd you win? I think I just won my taxes. Oh yeah? I just switched from TurboTax to H&R Block. It was so easy. All I had to do was drag last year's return into H&R Block, and my information automatically appeared. You mean I don't have to go back through all this to switch? Nope. We just leveled up our tax game.
It's easy to switch from TurboTax to H&R Block. Just drag and drop your last return.
What's Danny doing?
10-9 game. This is a tough, physical NFC North matchup. Has it started snowing where you're at yet? No. It's not going to start snowing for me until 2 a.m. 2 a.m. is when it's expected to start snowing. And it's going to snow the whole damn day. Basically, I'm getting ready to call off of work. I'm not going to lie. I'm probably not going to go to work tomorrow. If I see an ounce of snow, I'm telling my boss I'm not coming in. How many years do you think Derrick Henry has left, as much as he wants to play? People keep trying to assume once you get past the age of 30, you can't play. In this era, you certainly can. If you take care of your body, you absolutely can. Are we forgetting Adrian Peterson at like 35, 36-year-olds was still able to play? Derrick Henry is taking care of his body. And the thing about it is, his career can be extended as long as he plays next to Lamar Jackson. As long as he plays next to Lamar, his career can be extended. I still think Derrick Henry's got a like good 3 years left, in my opinion, before you start to see a legitimate decline. But he's playing next to Lamar Jackson. He had the second greatest year of his career. Speaking of which, we do have to talk about this. The number one priority is going to be guys like Hamilton getting an extension. Who else? Hamilton and what? Do we have to extend Linda? But we've got a couple of people that we got to look to extend. Those extensions need to get done. But I do have to say, a mini extensions for Derrick Henry may be in the books. Or maybe Eric DeCosta has to start looking at that. Obviously, focus on guys like Kyle Hamilton to get an extension done. But you might want to work a deal with Derrick Henry. Because I don't want Derrick Henry to leave Baltimore. This tandem of Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson, we need to see this for a few years. You may have something here in Baltimore with this dynamic duo. This is the best offense we've had in franchise history, by the way. Most yards in franchise history. I don't know if it's the most points, but most yards in franchise history. You've got to keep this duo together. Yeah, I got work too. I have work tomorrow, but if it snows, I ain't going. If it snows heavily, I'm not going. I'll tell my boss and call off. I'm not about to drive in the snow, man. Especially with the way they're saying this storm's going to be. So if it snows too much, I'm going to just have to tell my boss I can't come in. Then again, if the roads aren't too bad, I'll be able to go to work. But if it's not, if it is bad, I can't go in. I'm not risking it. I'm not going to put my life on the line for a job. 10-9 game here with 9:55 left to go. And if it does snow and I can't go to work, I got plenty of time to make content for you guys. We can start off Monday. I got plenty of things to talk about. 10-9 game here. Lions get the football back. We got plenty of time left in this game. I think Derrick Henry could have 2 to 3 years left before the King calls it career. That's my guess. Hopefully we can get the King a ring so we can retire a champion. First down, he's going to loft it here to Gibbs, and Gibbs is going to pick up a first down. I think he got past the line of scrimmage. It should be a first down. Nope, he did step out of bounds. I thought he came close. He did step out of bounds. It's a gain of 9. Second down coming up here for the Lions. But yeah, Eric DeCosta has to look for it. You don't need to give him a 4 or 5 year deal, but you can give him another 2-year deal. He's here for this year and next year. Give him 2 more years after the season. Let's see how things go. Give him another 2 years. Let's keep him in Baltimore for at least 3 to 4 years. Second down and 1 here. They're going to run the ball, and the Vikings defense is going to try to make a stop, but look at the offensive lineman pushing his running back forward. First down, Lions. Good push by the lineman. First down, Lions. First and 10. Gonna loft it to Laporta. Laporta picks up a first down. Now we've got a Vikings player down. Phillips needs some help. He's on one knee. Hopefully he's okay.
Nobody wants out of this fight. You know, yeah, nobody wants out of this fight. But this is.
He's bleeding, so hopefully he's okay. He's bleeding a little, not a lot of blood. I believe the reason why he signed the 2-year contract because he probably knows he's near the end of his career, whereas Barkley and Jacobs got a 4-year contract respectively. Well, yeah, on one hand I think that's the case, but on the other hand, Baltimore didn't want to take a risk on a situation where Derrick Henry past a year or past 2 years, all of a sudden can't play football anymore, is not doing anything. You gave him a small deal just to see if he still had something left in the tank. Turns out he has a lot more left in the tank. EDC might try to get him another 2-year deal, which could work out because he's played well enough to earn another small extension. But I don't think Derrick Henry's going to be here for like 5-6 years. No, I think he'll probably play 2 years in Baltimore. Maybe they give him an extension, he'll be here for 3-4 years. After that, the Derrick Henry era in Baltimore will come to an end. And hopefully, it will come to an end with him winning a championship alongside Lamar Jackson. But we have to wait and see. That's what this postseason is about. As long as they realize they've got Derrick Henry, a future Hall of Fame running back, next to them, you've got a future Hall of Fame running back right next to your future Hall of Fame quarterback. Utilize both of them and you can win this whole thing. First down and 10 here for the Lions. Play action here. Quick throw here. Vikings all over it. All over it. Murray Jr. makes the tackle behind the line of scrimmage. Vikings defense, they're reading the Lions. They're reading the Lions beautifully, and they're making stops here. Second and long coming up here for the Lions. Goff thought he could get it off there quickly, but the Vikings defense read his eyes and got the play. Second and 15.
False start. Offense. Number 68. 5-yard penalty. Second down. On that left side, those edges start getting by you, giving you a tough time. These things happen.
It's about as unsettled as I've seen the Detroit Lions offense. Would you agree?
Yeah, in terms of inability to get jump plays.
Yeah, I mean, ordinarily like that. They in most games they've already had at least 2, 3 50-yard plays.
The only touchdown of the game. 5 kids in the first quarter.
Goff across the middle. It is caught by Laporta. 3 yards short. Third down coming up here.
Double-A blitz coming right there, and Reynolds had to come over and step up and make this block. There is no time at all to do that, and yet able to hang right in there with Ivan Pace.
Third down and 2. Goff across the middle of the field. It is caught. Caught by St. Brown. First down, Lions.
There's no doubt that the passing game can get going if this group up here blocks like this. And they get it done. And once again, and maybe Craig Reynolds coming in the game as a pass protector is helping this cause and getting the passing game going.
Williams going to get this ball here. Going to pick up about 6 yards. Second down coming up here for the Lions.
He makes plays at the quarterback and back in the secondary as well.
Well, nobody drops more as an edge rusher than he does. And when you say he drops like 180 times, something like that this year, and still has the ability to come up with 11.5 sacks, that's a statement.
Cheer for the announcement that Dan Skipper is eligible.
They're going to give it here to... Going to give it to Gibbs, and he picks up the first down.
At the 19-yard line, need to get another half yard. Third and short. We're about 2/3 through this game. 10-9 Detroit. Winner is the 1 seed and off next week. The loser heading to LA to take on Matthew Stafford and Sean McVay and the Rams.
And we saw a shot there of Justin Jefferson. They're not getting back in it, but this is the first time we've seen one of those classic Detroit Lions wear down a defense drives.
Whistle is, I don't know if this is expedited anything here. Check it out, the down judge, Ken Payne came in. After replay assist, it's a first down, Detroit.
Detroit picks up the first down.
And by mistake, I used the wrong terminology. Replay assist, they had a peek at it. So the Lions will pick up the first down inside the red zone here.
Would that be called a Bronx cheer even here, or does Detroit have their own thing?
I don't think so. It's Midwest folk.
First down, Lions.
They get past the 19, and that extra surge and push got them there. Second best drive of the night to Detroit.
Goff, hand the ball off here on first down.
15, great catch.
Gibbs picking up about 4, maybe 5. Second out coming up here for the Lions. I believe the reason, not to mention the reason why Derrick Henry left the Titans is because they are in a rebuild and they knew it was time to let the best player go and have a chance to win a ring, which is why he's on Baltimore and he has a chance to win a ring this year. The Giants didn't want to extend Barkley and Raiders didn't want to extend Jacobs. Two very different reasons. Of course. Goff, quick throw here to St. Brown. St. Brown nearly breaks a tackle. Picks up a few yards. Third down coming up here for the Lions. They're in the red zone here, trying to get to the goal line and see if they can make this a 17-9 game. 3:43 left to go here in the third quarter. This is where things get tough, man. Vikings defense got to stand tall here. Third and 4, they're going to hand the ball off. Vikings make the stop. They're short. Fourth down here. What does Dan Campbell want to do? Knowing Dan Campbell's crazy self, he's going to go for this. He don't settle for field goals. We at the goal line. 4th down and 2 or 4th down and 1. Bet I'm going to go for this. Look, he's not even flinching. He's not even flinching. You know they're going to go for it. When Dan Campbell's got that look in his eye, you know he's going to go for it. And look at this. Ben Johnson's already calling the 4th and 2 play. It was already decided they were going for it on 4th down. Minnesota's 0 of 2 on 4th down. Detroit's 1 of 2 on 4th down. We knew they would go for this. That man didn't even flinch. I'm watching Dan Campbell walk down the sideline like a maniac. You know he going for this. 4th and 2 here for the Lions at the 11-yard line. Goff's going to take the snap. Pressure's coming. He fires across the middle. Touchdown! Jared Goff hits Jahmyr Gibbs for the touchdown. And the Lions extend their lead 16-9. With the extra point coming up here. That is why Dan Campbell goes for it on 4th down. Win or lose, he's going to stick to who he is. Tell me I'm lying one bit. I mean, with the Raiders are already looking to restart and rebuild. Giants are also looking to restart and rebuild. And they didn't want to devote themselves to a running back that's going to help them win games. They are looking to start from the top. Giants didn't want to stick with him because at the end of the day, if they pay him, it's like he's in his prime. You're already looking to start all over in a rebuild. It's not going to work for them. The Raiders flat out didn't want to pay Jacobs. They don't even know where their plans are. We don't even know if they're going to get a quarterback. They don't know what they want to do. They are looking to start over to an extent, but they don't know what they want to do. They didn't want to pay him. So you're still right. 17-9. It's an 8-point lead for the Lions. Detroit coming out here with fire in this third quarter. Defense making stops. Offense putting up points now.
Because the higher my sleep IQ score, the better I play. But that's not the only reason.
He likes his side firm. I like my side soft.
Sleep Number does that. Effortless comfort all night. So sleeping on a smart bed is why you can play like this?
Yeah, because I also like to sleep cool.
And I like to sleep even cooler.
And I really like it when we both get what we want.
Sleep Number does that. Introducing the new Sleep Number Climate Cool Smart Bed. Sleep up to 15 degrees cooler on each side. Visit a Sleep Number store near you.
Now taxes is getting the TurboTax app. And filing your taxes yourself 100% free if you didn't file with us last year. Pay $0 when you file by 2/18. All tax forms, all 100% free. Now this is taxes. File free in the app by 2/18 when you switch to TurboTax. Do it yourself.
Vikings offense has got to show up, but they're doing their thing, but they're getting stopped at the goal line, and they keep going for it on 4th down. I love listening to you call games over Mr. Mahomes gloom out. That's funny. 17-9 game here in Detroit.
Touchdowns on the season.
8-point lead here for the Lions. Vikings getting the ball back. 2:30 left to go in the 3rd quarter.
Without Aiden Hutchinson, they don't have a pure pass rusher right now with the Detroit Lions. So what are they doing? They're squeezing the pocket in and not allowing any of their pass rushers to get over the top here. So you want to go to the line and then start squeezing in here, and that has really impacted Sam Darnold tonight. He's been uncomfortable. They've moved him out of the pocket. And when he's
Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Vikings. Things have not gone it's not gone easy for the Vikings. They've had opportunities. They haven't taken advantage of them, and that's why you're in the situation you're in. Nice run here by Aaron Jones. 2nd down coming up here for the Vikings. 2:18 left to go. This clock continues to wind, and it's getting closer and closer. Woo! It's getting closer and closer to a tough finish in the 4th quarter. Sam Darnold, 2nd and 7 here in the shotgun. Darnold's 12 of 29 for 123 yards. He's not having a great game. He's throwing it downfield. Oh my God! Wide open receiver. How do you get that open in the Lions defense? Oh, flag on the play. This should be fun. If this is on the offense, it's coming back. There's no way he got that wide open. This might be coming back. The Vikings may have made a mistake. He was wide open. Holding on the defense. Wow. I'm shocked. They got called on a hold and still didn't get it?
Mike, the Detroit Lions are using a lot of these picks inside. They're blitzing both linebackers, but the first one is not rushing the passer. He's picking off the far side guard, and then they're looping back around with the other one, and that pressure is forcing Sam Darnold out of the pocket.
The 40, give inside for Jones. Gets 3 yards there. He's 45 yards on 10 carries. Hear all these fans making noise. Obviously, partisan Detroit crowd. They also have $2 million spent by the Vikings ownership to get a couple thousand tickets at face value for Vikings fans to come in and support the Rosie. Darnold pressured again.
Darnold across the middle of the field gets it to his receiver, Josh Oliver. 3rd down coming up here.
4 yards to get. Here on 3rd down.
Well, here we go. These are the kind of moments that decide who's the number 1 seed and who's the number 5 seed. I can't imagine they won't be going for it, so the full plate is open for Kevin O'Connell if he wants to run the football. We've certainly seen that in the past out of Dan Campbell on 3rd down here.
Jones coming to get a breather. Akers the back. Jefferson the motion, 3rd and 4.
Goff across the middle of the field. Incomplete. He was looking for Laporta. No flag on the play. Incomplete. 4th down. They're going to have to punt this football.
Man, what a difference on this football team tonight. I don't know how much of the credit he gets, but T.J. Hawkinson, most people I talked to with Minnesota thought that he may well be the equalizer in this game, but not with Anzalone out there.
Good kick it. So O'Connell is going to that replay, say kick it to give Riker another shot. Made a 51, this is a 52, and hang on, is that the wrong ball?
They're going to kick the field goal and miss it. 51-yard field goal missed by Minnesota. It will stay an 8-point game. Lions get the ball back.
Green Bay, one was 57 and hit the crossbar, but he missed left on a 43-yarder, and that's the worst feeling in the world when it's a two-way miss.
Well, there was one worse feeling, and that's when you're the head coach and you decide to kick a field goal instead of going for it on 4th and 3, and it misses by 15 yards.
Because now it gets to the point in the game where it's a one-score game, but if the Lions score in this drive, now you're down 2 scores, and you're down to about 3 drives left in the game. So the margins get tighter. As Goff and the Lions get the ball back in their best field position of the night at their own 41-yard line.
Goff gets rid of this quickly to Gibbs. First down, Lions. 16 seconds left in the third quarter.
Such a good play there by Goff. We have seen him just begin to emerge, not just as a star in this league, but as a superstar. You turn your back on play action, and you're going to get hit right in the chops. But he knew exactly where the open guy was going to be off of that, and both of those guys brought pressure to that side. Neither dropped off in coverage. Goff knew it and took advantage.
End of the quarter. Lions outstruck Minnesota by 4 in the third.
3 quarters down, 1 more quarter to go. Lions with the ball and the lead.
Sunday Night Football continues from the north after this.
Intuitive tech at every touch. The new 2025 Hyundai Tucson Hybrid.
AWS knows NFL fans are obsessed with every single detail. That's why we power Next Gen Stats to give fans more. More good luck cashing in. More defined expectations. More, oh yeah, from more stats that NFL fans love. Over me. We about to level up.
The next icon of vacations, Star of the Seas, book today. Your life is pretty smart, but when it's time to eat, suddenly you feel out of sync. Refresh your routine with Factor. Chef-prepared meals delivered with a tap, ready in 2 minutes. Imagine dinner on autopilot and enjoying Tuscan tomato chicken without lifting a finger. Upgrade your plate. Optimize your nutrition. Eat smart with Factor.
Meteorologists described the blizzard as a doozy, but to these intrepid few pals, it was a ticket to Jumbotron City. It didn't cost much, just the shirts off their backs. The legend starts when you follow the captain.
Tonight's SNF sites are provided by Nationwide. Take you through the Detroit Historical Museum, which the history of the city, the history of the American auto industry. Big auto shows in town next week. The show tonight is here at Ford Field. The Vikings in town, the #1 seed on the line. The Lions lead by 8. Fourth quarter begins. Terry McCauley, our rules analyst. Let's start from the sideline. Mike Tirico, Chris Collinsworth. Here in the
First down here. Goff across the middle of the field. It is caught by Laporta. First down here for the Lions.
before Pace brings it down. And another Lions first down.
Sam Laporta is starting to get hot himself. 4 touchdowns in the last 5 games, and we talked to him, and he was like, "Hey, I'm not one to go complain, but we got so many weapons right now. You got to spread it around a little bit."
Oh my God. Goff nearly got picked off. Jared Goff nearly got picked off. I thought this game was going to be a shootout, not a defensive showdown. Shout out to the defense of the Lions. Vikings defense has been great all year. Lions defense coming out here and doing this with the injuries they have? Wow. That should have been a pick. That should have been a pick. That absolutely should have been a pick. The Ravens, Jesus Christ. Jared Goff across the middle to St. Brown. First down, Lions. The Lions are moving the ball right now. The Vikings defense needs to get the ball back. Now, they're already in field goal range. They can't afford to give up another touchdown. They're down by 8 points. A field goal is going to make it a two-possession game, but at least you get the ball back to your offense to try to see if you can get it done. If they give up a touchdown, it will be a 15-point game. They can't afford that. And the Vikings nearly made a play to get a pick on Goff. That would have been the third interception they would have had. This Minnesota defense has done everything in their power, but the Vikings offense is just not delivering right now. Goff across the middle on third down. It is caught. First down, Lions. The Minnesota Vikings just don't have any juice offensively. And this is the concern I have with the Vikings heading into the playoffs. You don't know what you're going to get from Sam Darnold. You just don't. You don't know what you're going to get from Sam Darnold on the offense. They've had opportunities here. They have not capitalized on it. First and 10. Gibbs. He's got space. Gibbs takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. They're going to extend their lead to 2 scores. And just like that, the Vikings, they look about done. The Vikings look about done. This might be game. 13 minutes left. The Vikings are going to be down 24-9 with the extra point. Well, 23-9 right now. Extra point looming. This might be it for Minnesota. And these are some of the concerns you have. The Detroit Lions are showcasing. If you pressure Sam Darnold, he can't get it done. This is what I'm telling you right now, the Vikings are about to be the 5th seed. They're going to go to L.A. They're going to go to L.A. to take on the Rams. They are going to go to L.A. to take on the Rams, and I guarantee you the Rams defense is looking at this. If you pressure Sam Darnold, he cannot handle the pressure. If you consistently pressure Sam Darnold, this is what you're going to get. So if this is what you're going to get, the Vikings need to be cautious. And it's not like the Vikings offense hasn't been able to move the ball. They've moved the ball. They just can't get it done in the red zone. If they would have settled for field goals, they're still down in this game. But it's a 1-possession game instead of a 2-possession game. But now you're down 15 points, 24-9. Vikings offense, it's 4-down territory now. It's 4-down territory. You've got to go score a touchdown on this drive.
Jollof rice. So what jollof rice is the best? Ghana jollof. Yeah, jollof.
Senegalese, we are the original jollof.
It's called Unity Jollof Rice. One people, one jollof. Immersive dinners with world-class chefs. Chase Sapphire Reserve. Make more of what's yours.
Some people just know they can save hundreds on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check your spelling first before taking off your shirts. So check Allstate first for a quote that could save you hundreds.
This just looks absolutely horrible. This looks absolutely horrible for the Minnesota Vikings. This is where the concern comes in. This is what I talk about, man. I've said this all year. If you put consistent pressure on Sam Darnold, he cannot deliver on a consistent basis. I've said this. I have literally said this. I've literally said this all throughout the season. That's why no matter what I saw with the Vikings, I had concerns. I couldn't pick them to go all the way. Sam Darnold's having a great year. But at the end of the day, if you have a defense that can consistently get pressure on the quarterback, Sam Darnold is going to struggle. And guess what's happening? The Lions have gotten consistent pressure on Sam Darnold all day, and he struggled. The fact that he has not turned the ball over is strictly because the Lions defense, they haven't catch the ball. They've had opportunities to pick off Darnold. They just haven't catch the football. Zadarius Smith could have had a pick six if he would have caught that.
He was immediately carted off. He is questionable with a foot injury. Also, defensive lineman Pat O'Connor, he is out with a calf injury.
The Lions' defensive players are just suffering so many injuries. It's going to be very tough. This first round bye is necessary for the Lions. They've got so many players that are hurt. They need that first round bye to get themselves as healthy as possible to get ready to take on the postseason. Man, Justin Jefferson looks pissed off right now. This is what I've said about Sam Darnold and the Vikings. I like the Vikings. They've had a great season. I think they can be competitive in the playoffs. But if you consistently put pressure on Sam Darnold, it's going to get to him. If you consistently put pressure on Sam Darnold, you will be able to get to him. That's what I have said all season long with the Vikings. If you can consistently put pressure on them, you have a shot here. First and 10 here with 13:06 left to go. The Vikings offense needs to score a touchdown on this drive to keep themselves alive. Here comes a toss on first down here. Lions defense made the stop. He was able to get a couple, but he had to turn back because he was going to the right. Nothing was there. He had to go to the left. Second down and 8. Darnold checks it down here. Lions defense is right there to make the stop. He's going to pick up about 2, maybe 3 yards. Third down coming up here for the Lions. Not the Lions, for the Vikings. Third down here. They got to convert this. Darnold in the pocket. Once again getting pressured. How does he respond? Nothing there. Incomplete. Flag on the play, though. This might be defensive holding. This might be defensive holding. This might be defensive holding. There it is. Defensive holding. That's going to be a first down for the Vikings. The Vikings stay alive. But again, you're watching this. If you can consistently get pressure on Sam Darnold, you can beat this team. They have all the pieces on the offense to compete. But if you get consistent pressure on Sam Darnold, you can beat them.
He leads this team with quarterback hits, so he is somebody who actually has gotten pressure on the quarterback.
We've got another injured Lions player. Oh, God, this is getting bad. This is getting bad.
Yeah, Mike, I think that we've got to begin to see Sam Darnold get the ball out of his hand quickly. Some slants, some little pick plays, some little things to get a couple of catch and runs going. Because what has not worked tonight has been the scramble throws. When he's gotten outside the pocket, it has been nothing for the Minnesota Vikings. Just get it out of his hand. Let's get some really
First and 10 here. Just got to check it down again. But the Lions defense is right there. You pick up maybe a yard.
Robertson's made about 3 plays tonight. One down in the red zone to save a touchdown, where he saw something and reacted to it and made a saving tackle or a saving play.
2nd and 9. Darnold, he's going to need time again, but they keep putting pressure on him. Darnold in the pocket. Darnold fires across the middle. It is incomplete. He was looking for T.J. Hawkinson. Incomplete. 3rd down coming up here. What do you think the upset of the week will be in the first round? Either Commanders upsetting the Bucs or the Packers upsetting the Eagles. I think it's going to be an NFC upset. I don't see the Steelers upsetting the Ravens. I don't see the Broncos upsetting the Bills. And nobody would call the Chargers beating the Texans an upset. So it's going to be an NFC upset. Commanders upsetting the Bucs. I don't know if the Bucs are favored. Commanders upsetting the Bucs or the Packers upsetting the Eagles. That will be the upset of the week in the first round. 3rd down and 9. Darnold, pressure's coming. He's got to get rid of it quickly. He's going to get sacked. This is the formula to beat the Minnesota Vikings. I've said this all year with Sam Darnold. Love what he's doing, but if you can get consistent pressure on him, you can beat this team.
So what is happening? Here it is again. This little cross blitz inside opens everything up because now it's just a one-on-one block on the outside for Cam Robinson, and they're used to getting support. Somebody sliding that way, a back, a tight end, something. But because of all the pressure up the gut, they have forced the one-on-ones and they've won the one-on-ones.
You got to go for this. No, they're going to have to punt it and trust their defense, which I don't even know if they can do anything at this point. Good punt. And he's going to be taken down around the 22-yard line.
What'd you win? I think I just won my taxes. Oh yeah? I just switched from TurboTax to H&R Block. It was so easy. All I had to do was drag last year's return into H&R Block, and my information automatically appeared. You mean I don't have to go back through all this to switch? Nope. We just leveled up our tax game.
It's easy to switch from TurboTax to H&R Block. Just drag and drop your last return. Get 0% APR for 60 months on 2024 GMC EV models. That's up to $17,200 in average finance savings.
A good deal shouldn't make you choose. That's why Subway just dropped the price on all their subs. 20% off any sub, any size.
Wait, Subway did what? 20% off any sub, any size?
Yep, for a limited time, get 20% off any footlong or 20% off any 6-inch when you order in the app. Get 20% off your favorite sub at Subway while the deal is still on. And join MVP Rewards for even more great deals.
Why do 80% of NFL players choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Because the higher my sleep IQ score, the better I play. But that's not the only reason.
He likes his side firm. I like my side soft.
Sleep Number does that. Effortless comfort all night. So sleeping on a smart bed is why you can play like this?
Yeah, because I also like to sleep cool.
And I like to sleep even cooler.
And I really like it when we both get what we want.
Sleep Number does that. Introducing the new Sleep Number Climate Cool Smart Bed. Sleep up to 15 degrees cooler on each side. Visit a Sleep Number store near you.
Back in Detroit, where Aiden Hutchinson is on the sidelines for the first time since his injury week 6, he has been very involved out there, looking at the tablet, coaching guys up, telling them they're playing championship defense. And speaking of championships, you may have heard that he said he'd be back if the Lions are in the Super Bowl. I asked him about that comment. He said, I can't give you a timeline, no promises, but I'm manifesting getting back.
Oh, boy. And here goes Jahmyr Gibbs. Gibbs running down the sideline, getting past the defender, getting inside the 3, he fumbled the ball. He fumbled the ball, and the Vikings can't take advantage of it. This game is over. Detroit is bullying them at this point. Detroit is bullying them. The Vikings defense is tired. The Vikings offense has gone stagnant. This is the formula to beat Minnesota. This is the biggest concern I've had about the Vikings all season. If you can consistently get pressure on Sam Darnold, you can beat this team. If they meet Detroit again, they're not beating them. If you can consistently get pressure on Sam Darnold, you can beat the Lions. Not the Lions, you can beat the Vikings. Getting consistent pressure on Sam Darnold is the key to shutting down the Vikings offense. I've said this all year. Look at the games they've lost. They barely lost games. Or look at the games where things have become close. When you've consistently gotten pressure on the Vikings and Sam Darnold, their offense shuts down. This is where you have to be very wary. If you're a Vikings fan, this has to be somewhat of a concern. Now, if you look at the Rams defense, I don't know if they're good enough to consistently get pressure on Sam Darnold. But if you're the Rams, you have to find a way to get to Sam Darnold. If you can consistently put pressure on Sam, you've got him. If you can consistently get pressure on Sam Darnold, he will break down, and then the Vikings offense will become stagnant. This is important to remember. It's very important to remember. The Rams are watching this footage right now, preparing for the Vikings and understanding we've got to get to Sam. We've got to put consistent pressure on him. As for Detroit, ain't nobody coming to Detroit until the second round. Now, the interesting part about it is we don't know who's going to come to Detroit. Will it be Washington? Will it be Green Bay? Will it be Minnesota? We don't know.
You know, Mike, sometimes when we do a Steelers game, when the Steelers are playing well and they're beginning to grind it out in the fourth quarter, and you can see a team just begin to wear down and sort of right down Mike Tomlin's alley, right, when they're playing like that. That's what it feels like when the Lions get it going, too.
From the 14.
Gibbs runs it up the middle.
Feels like a wear down the Vikings' third and fourth quarter, and that comes back to an offensive line that has seen Aaron Glenn's defense do the job, and now they're doing their part as they get the ball back after the Vikings are stopped.
Yeah, I think Aaron Glenn deserves a little vacation on the beach. He looked very comfortable. I think he's a competent guy. You know, he said that he called a couple of old friends, including Deion Sanders, to see if they could play quarterback for him or not in this game. He said, no, I don't think so, but he said, well, I'll play my guys.
Second and 5. Goff rolling to his right. Looking. No one's there. He's just going to have to run out of bounds.
The loss of yards to the out of bounds back at the 13-yard line. Should be a credited sack to Jonathan Bullard. Doesn't get many of them. We'll see if they give him a sack or not. The third down coming up. It must stop here. Or Kevin O'Connell's team.
But Kevin O'Connell now is going to have to acknowledge something, and that is that this is an offense that needs to be able to get the ball out of their hands on their side and not allow pressure packages like they've seen tonight out of the Lions to beat them up and force their quarterback to sprint wide.
It's 3rd and 9. Goff fires across the middle. It is caught. 4th and 2. Let's be real. You know how this is going to go. Let's be real. He's not even going to flinch. Hey, look at the man himself just walking down this. He's walking back and forth across the sideline. Don't worry. Let's get to. Yep, Ben Johnson called the play. Every time on 4th down, they will show Dan Campbell walking up and down the sideline and then pan to Ben Johnson getting ready to make the call. And they got the defense to jump. 1st down, Lions.
Conversation here. Make sure they've all got the same thing. Is it offside on Minnesota on a 1st down?
Neutral zone infraction, defense. 42. Activated to the ball, the yard shooter up for a 1st down.
All right, it all dates back to Sean McVay. Listen.
First and goal here. You know who to give it to. Gibbs. Touchdown. And this game is over. That's game. That's game.
You want to describe this offense, here's how you do it. Watch all the guys coming up at the end of this and pushing their offensive teammate into the end zone for the touchdown. We see that time after time, and it has simply been sort of the personification, really, of the spirit of this football.
It's over. The Detroit Lions have won the NFC North, and they have clinched the 1 seed. The Minnesota Vikings get embarrassed in Detroit, and the worst part about this situation is, depending on how the wild card round match faces off, they may have to come back in Detroit in 2 weeks. They might have to come back to Detroit in 2 weeks.
Rugged CRV from Honda, KBB.com's 2024 Best Value Brand. The Rugged CRV.
This is the worst possible outcome, man, for the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota getting exposed.
Choices on Booking.com. There are so many Tina Feys I could be. So I hired body doubles to help me out. Splurgy Tina loves a hotel near Rodeo Drive.
Oh, Tina.
Wild Tina booked a farm stay to ride this horse. Glenn Close? With millions of possibilities. You can book whoever you want to be. That's my line. Booking.com. Yeah.
Liberty Mutual customized my car insurance, so I saved hundreds. With the money I saved, I thought I'd get a wax figure of myself. Cool, right? Look at the craftsmanship. I mean, I even got my nostrils right. It's just nice to know, years after I'm gone, this guy will be standing the test of... There's nothing! Oh, jeez. No! Only pay for what you need.
You two share something in common. What's that? A father. What? Looks like I'm gonna start drinking again.
You could be your sister. Why couldn't your dad have cheated with my mom?
Happy Sleds, Friday on NBC and Peacock.
This is a classic got up too fast and tying your shoes back injury. Not to be confused with the you threw your back out sneezing back injury. Lucky for you, an Amazon One medical provider can help. And if it comes down to needing meds, Amazon Pharmacy will deliver them to your door. Of course, you have to get to the door.
All right, this look at Amik Robertson is brought to you by Bounty. There it is. What a night by number 21. Amik Robertson matched up against one of the great receivers in the game, maybe in the history of the game, and yet every time he has had to make a play, he has gone toe-to-toe, nose-to-nose on the outside with Justin Jefferson, and he has won.
This game is over.
A lot to do with why they were willing.
Excuse me for a second. Yeah, sorry, I thought I was not muted. Lions built different. All those injuries and still got clamped. Yep. This game was awesome defensively. The defense showed up. If the Lions win the Super Bowl this year, would the Matthew Stafford / Jared Goff trade be the best trade in NFL history? Yes. It would literally be a trade that resulted in two franchises winning a Super Bowl. It would be the best trade in NFL history. Excuse me, guys. As this game's winding down, I have to go take care of something. Either way, the Lions are winning this game. They got the number one seed.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. First down.
This Minnesota team's not done by any stretch, Chris, because both of these teams were sensational on the road this year. Minnesota's only loss was in LA, and in that game they lost their left tackle right before halftime.
But this was the night to get it. But their defense was hurting. They're missing key guys. This was the night to get them, and they didn't have answers.
Here's Neal. Around 8, gets out of bounds. Branch took him there, 4.5 to go. We talked about that injury to Darrisaw. Their outstanding left tackle really was the standout guy on their offensive line. Cam Robinson has come in at left tackle and really done a good job for this team. They traded for him right at the deadline from Jacksonville. You don't find left tackles on the side of the road and come in and do what he's done. Darnold, big ball downfield, nothing there for Hill. But there's a flag down around the 41-yard line.
Holding. Defense. Number 29. 5-yard penalty. Automatic. First down.
That's on Kendall Vildor of the Lions, who's now in as the corner because of the injury to Arnold.
He did start weeks 12 and 13 because of some injuries. He's a good player, but got caught on that one. But, Mike, you don't take a team that's sort of ravaged at the cornerback position and go, I got an idea. Let's play Justin Jefferson and these guys more man-to-man. Let's just go take them on. That's what they did. And they not only got away with it, it was huge, and they look like they've got a plan now going forward.
Arnold hit as he threw and passed. Did the bounce up to the, let's see, Mark was a catch at the 47-yard line. Take a peek at that. With 10 to go. Good hands down the ground if he caught it. He did. Terrific hands from Hawkinson. Got him underneath. Still in all, Dan Campbell's going to throw a challenge flag.
Sam Darnold is limping all over the place out there. They're out to look on him right now.
Mentioned he was getting pressure right in his face as he threw. With a peek at this.
Challenging the ruling on the field of a completed catch. Timeout.
Let's see what they say as they look at it. Here's what they're going to look at in New York. Looked like it bounced from our booth here. An R angle, which you saw where his hands were underneath. This is what happened as Darnold got his feet tangled inside there and came up limping. We'll check on both after this.
Y'all see this? Patrick Mahomes is saying goodbye. People was tripping.
Where are you going?
He was actually saying goodbye to his old phone.
I'm switching to the amazing new iPhone 16 for T-Mobile.
It's the first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence. That's like peanut butter on jelly on gold. Get 4 iPhone 16s on us. Plus 4 lines for $25. And save on every plan versus the other big guys. What a deal. That's a lot if you ask me. If y'all giving it away too fast, T-Mobile, slow down.
Okay, so we're at the film festival, middle of Park City. The doors open, and there, Sapphire Reserve Community Party. These trips are the best. At our week, we had our own private viewing. At Race Week, the lounge was right next to the pit. We were there in Paris, exclusive events and incredible restaurants. Nights at the Sapphire Lounge on the set, heaven.
Experience the world as an insider, from exclusive lounges to immersive dining experiences, all with Chase Sapphire Reserve.
Let's go exploring the rugged CRV from Honda, KBB.com's 2024 Best Value brand. Get comfy. There's plenty of space for both passengers and cargo. And feel free to take pictures. Hold tight as our 204 horsepower CRV hybrid charges through muddy terrain. It's exhilarating. And stay connected on a 9-inch display while immersing yourself in the beauty of nature. The rugged CRV. This is how adventure looks in a Honda.
You found it then.
Of course I did. Good boy.
After review, the ruling of a catch has been determined it was incomplete. Detroit has one more challenge, and they are not charged with timeout.
Right, so that last look from behind, we saw more of the ball bouncing on the ground. So the reset brings it back to 2nd and 10 with 4:20 to go. As Darnold limping after the last play, hangs it, stays it, and finds Jefferson, lost the football on the deflection. And that was a Josh Pascal.
Did the Lions just get an interception? Oh my goodness. It's just gotten worse. I mean, the Vikings are getting beaten badly. They're getting embarrassed. That's game, man. The Lions might be the team. It might be the team to get to the Super Bowl out of the NFC. I got to see who's going to beat this Detroit team. Let's see. Well, I mean, Detroit's lost games, but, you know, I'm not going to lie to you guys. I just think it's going to be an AFC team this year that wins the Super Bowl. I like the Lions, but I said the injuries were going to cost them in the biggest moments. And they're playing well against a divisional foe, so shout out to them. But if the Ravens get to the Super Bowl, I think the Ravens beat the Lions. If the Chiefs get to the Super Bowl, I think the Chiefs beat the Lions. If the Bills get to the Super Bowl, well, they've already beaten the Lions this year, so they could do it again. I just feel like it's going to be an AFC team that's going to win the championship this year. But I do believe Detroit absolutely has the capability to get to the Super Bowl. I mean, simple. You can keep pretending that that defense doesn't exist. JD is JD. We love what Jaden Daniel does, but we know what that defense is. Keep the hope up until they get eliminated, but you know what that defense is. We don't need to pretend that that defense is clutch. We don't need to pretend that that defense is great. They're not. That defense is not good enough to stop the Lions' offense. They're not good enough to stop. We can leave it there. We can leave it there. We don't need to just pack it on. JD can ball out as much as he can. If you don't have your defense, you can't win. We literally see that with Joe Burrow. Guy put up MVP numbers just for the team to go 9-8. If your defense is not good, you're not. Oh, that's a fumble. That's a fumble. That's a fumble. That's a fumble. You can trust as much as you can, man. You can trust as much as you can. You know that defense ain't good enough to win. You know it's not. You know that defense ain't good enough to win. Is it good enough to go win a wild card game against Tampa Bay? We'll see. I think they're going to win a wild card game in Tampa Bay. But if they got to go to Detroit, they're going to get blasted. If they got to go to Detroit, they're going to get blasted in the second round. All I want from Jaden Daniels is a playoff win. All I want is a playoff win. And we can sit back and say whatever we want. All I want is a playoff win. Year one with Jaden Daniels, a playoff win. When's the last time when's the last time they won a playoff game? 2006? The last time they won a playoff game was 2006, if I remember. All I want is a playoff win. That's it. The last time they won a playoff game was 2005. All I need is a playoff win. I know this defense is not good enough. Against the Bucs? Well, let's do it again. 20 years later, let's do it on the road in Tampa Bay. Let's do it again. The stars are aligning. 20 years later in Tampa Bay, the same team that beat the Commanders in week 1, they're going to have a chance to beat them. Let's go do it again. 20-year anniversary of beating them in Tampa Bay. Let's go do it again. Let's go do it again. Let's go do it again. I believe Jaden Daniels can get you a playoff win. The first playoff win in 20 years for Washington. Let's go get that playoff win. Good year 1. You build off of that win. You invest in that defense. Come back year 2. Let's become a serious contender. But this team's not good enough to beat Detroit. We know it. Commanders are not good enough to beat Detroit. But it's fine. All we need is a playoff win, and it'll be it's already a successful year by making the playoffs. Get a playoff win? Incomplete, 4 down here, no flag on the play, game's over, man. There's 4 minutes left, and at this point, you can just run the clock. By the way, I've showcased it here. I'm not showcased. I've said it. People got to pay attention. I've said it. This is the key to beating the Minnesota Vikings. This is the key to beating the Minnesota Vikings. If you put Sam Darnold in consistent pressure, he will crumble. He'll crumble. If you put him in consistent pressure, he will crumble. And the offense will become stagnant. This is the one. This is the formula. This is the game that the Rams are going to be watching for the next week. First and 10, and at this point, they're just looking to add more points. Williams with the first down here. Offensive pass interference is crazy.
Take a look on the outside against Metellus. Down the field.
Beltway Super Bowl would be awesome. It'd be awesome. Don't see it happening, but it'd be awesome. At least not this year. Maybe one of these days. Now Reynolds is running the ball effectively. He picks up about 17 yards. Second down coming up here for the Lions. The game is basically over, so I'm going to chill out here. Wild card weekend is set. Saturday, the Chargers and Texans at 4:30, followed by the Steelers and Ravens at 8. Sunday, Broncos and Bills at 1, Packers and Eagles at 4:30, Commanders and Bucks at 7:30. Monday night, Rams and Vikings on Monday night. So, Ravens flock, we played Saturday at 8. Commanders, we play Sunday at 8. Or Sunday night, you know. So, both teams will get to play on separate aspects. I'll be here for Sunday Night Football to stream the Commanders and the Bucks. So, Commanders and Bucks wildcard game, I'll be here to stream that. Ravens Steelers wildcard game, I will not be here for that.
This is much more significant now. Let's take a look. We can see what happened here. Stretching and reaching.
Oh my God, Kevin Zeitler has now injured his hamstring. I mean, this is just bad. This is where my concerns come in for the Lions. These injuries are going to take them out of contention, man. How many injuries can you continue to sustain? At some point, it's going to break a team. At some point, it's going to break a team. The Lions' biggest op this year is their injuries. If there's anything that's going to stop Detroit from winning a Super Bowl, it will be all these injuries that are piling up. You cannot continue to suffer these level of injuries. It's going to catch up. It's going to catch up, and it's going to be the downfall of you. And it's unfortunate because they didn't do anything wrong. They're not doing anything wrong. Injuries just happen. Sunday Night Football. Commanders, Bucks, wild card round. NBC, 7:30. Should be fun. Jaden Daniels in his first playoff game. Most offensive touchdowns in the season in NFL history. The 2024 Lions had 68. The Broncos in 2013 had 71. The Lions are second all-time in offensive touchdowns in NFL history. Broncos in 2013 had 71. They got to the Super Bowl. The Dolphins in 1984, I believe they got to the Super Bowl. 07 Patriots got to the Super Bowl. 2018 Chiefs did not. They got to the NFC title game. And then this Lions team, we'll see. We'll see.
Williamson in the game. Why would they throw him to Jameson? That's maybe part of it. Like we saw with Mike Evans in Tampa.
Was that great or what? That was fantastic.
I was scared for the Bucs for just a second at that point, but as he tied Jerry Rice's record for 1,000-yard seasons. So we saw Sam Darnold limping a play or so ago, and immediately thoughts go to, okay, who's the backup? Well, Nick Mullins is the backup, but there's Daniel Jones, who was the starter for the Giants. And remember, as things fell apart with the Giants and he left there, Minnesota acquired him. Kevin McDonald just kind of got him ready and just in the bullpen, and he could be in a position to come in when they get to the playoffs. J.J. McCarthy was supposed to be the starting quarterback for this team this year at some point, but he got injured in the first preseason game.
J.J. McCarthy was supposed to be the quarterback, but I mean, Sam Darnold looking like this heading into a playoff game, it might make you start to look at this and be like, oh, okay, maybe Sam Darnold isn't a long-term investment. Now, I'm not saying he's not. What I'm saying is things ain't looking the way you thought it was going to look. I've said this before. I will say this again. The Vikings have done this before. The Vikings have done this before. I watched Case Keenum have the best season of his career in 2017 and take the Minnesota Vikings to the NFC title game, where they got blown out by Nick Foles and the Philadelphia Eagles. I've watched Kirk Cousins come to the Vikings and put up borderline elite numbers. He won a playoff game, got blown out by the Niners in the division round. Now Sam Darnold puts up an MVP type, puts up an MVP type season. They're heading into the playoffs as the 5th seed. Let's see how that works out, man. Let's see how that works out. Shout out to Bryce Young from being called a bust, getting benched, to having 5 touchdowns in the finale. Yeah, once you get benched, life starts to look real different for you. You start to lock in. By the way, I'm so happy Teddy Bridgewater is on this team. If the Lions do win a championship, Teddy Bridgewater gets a ring, and I'll be happy. He deserves it. Shout out to you, Teddy Bridgewater. Man won a championship as a coach and said, you know, let me come back to the NFL. I'm looking at some of these quarterbacks that are playing like Dookie. I know I can at least be a backup. 4th and 6 here. Game is basically over. Just going to run this out here. Oh, my God, the Vikings. Can you at least get a stop? They stopped him. He's short. Thank God he's short. Oh, my goodness. The Vikings defense would have given that up. It would have been horrible. It would have been horrible. Vikings makes a stop, turnover on downs. 13 seconds left, man. Woo, woo, what a stinker by the Minnesota Vikings. Detroit has done it. They have completed the greatest regular season in franchise history. They're going to be 15-2. They're the #1 seed in the NFC. The playoffs go through Detroit, and they're going to have 2 opportunities to go to the Super Bowl. Both those games will be in Detroit. If they can pull off 2 victories, they'll be going to New Orleans. If not, well, another great season by the Lions will ultimately fall short. They lost in the NFC Championship game because they blew a 17-point lead. How do you redeem yourself if you're Detroit? After blowing an NFC title game on the road in San Francisco that you had in your hands, how do you do it? The Detroit Lions clinched the NFC #1 seed for the first time in franchise history. They have got the most wins in team history. The playoffs go through Detroit in the NFC. The NFC conference has been decided for the playoffs. Lions get the #1 seed. Minnesota is heading to LA. They're going to LA to take on the Rams in the wild card round. And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, with that game coming to an end, it's over. It's over. Let me turn this off for a second. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. After 272 football games. The NFL season has officially come to an end. The 14 playoff teams have been set, and 2 teams will be advancing to New Orleans to compete in Super Bowl 59. On the NFC side, we have the Detroit Lions claiming the number 1 seed, the Philadelphia Eagles at the number 2 seed, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers getting the number 3 seed, the Los Angeles Rams getting the 4 seed, Minnesota unfortunately falling to the 5 seed, the Washington Commanders as the 6 seed, and the final seed is the Green Bay Packers. On the AFC side, the number 1 seed goes to Kansas City. The number 2 seed goes to Buffalo. The number 3 seed's held by the Ravens. The number 4 seed is with Houston. The number 5 seed goes to the Chargers. The number 6 seed goes to Pittsburgh. And the final playoff spot goes to the Denver Broncos. Wild card weekend will be very, very interesting. I cannot wait to see these matchups. But if you ask me, personally, I have some matchups I want to see in the divisional round. So I'm just going to say it right now. I got certain games I want to see, and I hope certain teams win. If you're asking if the Vikings swept their division, let me check. I'm pretty sure they did. Because their 2 losses were to the to the Bills, and who else did they lose to? Sorry, I did the wrong thing here. Let me see. Lions. Let's see. Detroit. They had 2 losses on the season. Let me see. They won. The Buccaneers. They lost to the Buccaneers in week 2. Other than that, the Buccaneers was one of the losses. The other, so let's see. Yeah, they swept their division. They went 6-0 in the NFC North. They beat the Vikings twice. They beat the Packers twice. They beat the Bears twice. So the 2 losses this year was to the Buffalo Bills and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Those are their 2 losses on the season. So yeah, Detroit swept their whole division this year. But yeah, like I said, ladies and gentlemen, man. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, playoffs is here. 2 teams will be advancing to New Orleans to compete in Super Bowl 59. We'll have to see what happens. Wild card predictions, obviously, I'll probably come out. I don't even know if I'll come out with a video. I'll probably say it in the live stream. The wild card round is set. Let's look at the playoffs here. I already know what the matchups are, but I'm just going to say it right now because I have to see how the bracket's ultimately going to look like. Let me make my playoff bracket because I'm gonna pick my games. Well, I'm gonna look at the games here and try to see how I do this. Okay, let's see the bracket here. You know what? Let's just look at the playoff schedule. All right. So let's see. There we go. Damn, I'm trying to do something here. All right. So we've got the Broncos and the Bills. I'm taking the Bills. The Ravens and the Steelers. I'm taking the Ravens. The Chargers and the Texans. I'm taking the Chargers. Meanwhile, in the NFC, Green Bay and Philadelphia. I'm going to take Philly. Washington and Tampa Bay. I'm taking Washington. I'm going to say Minnesota is going to beat the Rams. I have to trust they're going to beat the Rams. Which means I think we're going to have a second round matchup that's going to be really fun. I don't know. I'm thinking with the way the Vikings played, I can see the Rams beating them. Do I trust Matthew Stafford in the playoff game more than Sam Darnold? I probably do. But the game, so it's going to be either The way I'm looking at it, the AFC playoffs in the divisional round could be Kansas City versus LA and Buffalo versus Baltimore. So you can have Lamar versus Allen and Herbert versus Mahomes. That would be the perfect divisional round matchup. Meanwhile, in the NFC, you'll have Goff versus Jaden, and you'll have Darnold versus Hurts. Or you can have Goff versus Jaden, and then Stafford versus Hurts. Obviously, if I was to make my picks at that point, no matter what, I think Philly's going to get to the NFC title game. I've said they're going to go high in that aspect. I'll take Philly and Detroit in the NFC title game, and I'm picking Baltimore to beat Buffalo in the second round. I think we match up well against them. Conference championships, Philly versus Detroit. I've been picking Detroit all season. In all honesty, the right answer is to pick Kansas City over Baltimore, but my heart's not picking over Baltimore. So I guess my prediction would be Ravens-Lions. If I was to make a simulator right now, Ravens-Lions Super Bowl. We should have got that last year. Both teams blew it in the championship game. Baltimore lost against Kansas City. Detroit lost to San Francisco. By the way, if we get an NFC championship game where it's Philly and Detroit and then Kansas City and Baltimore and Detroit better win. Because we're not going to have back-to-back years of the same type of situation. Because we had Niners and Chiefs, which is a rerun. And then Chiefs and Eagles, that's also a rerun. Let's get Baltimore and Detroit in New Orleans for the Super Bowl. Anyway, we'll see what happens. I'm going to cut it here. I'll be back tomorrow, maybe. I don't know. I have to think whether or not I want to do it tonight or do it tomorrow. But we got to do our State of the AFC North because Bengals are out, Ravens win the division, and the Steelers and Ravens meet up in round 1. So I have to come up with I don't have to come up with anything, but I have statements I want to say for the State of the AFC North. So we'll see what happens. I may do it tonight. I may do it tomorrow. We'll see. But I appreciate you guys. The NFL season's come to an end. 272 games down. We got a few more games left to go in January. And then the Super Bowl in February, and we'll see who's going to be there. Hopefully it will be the Ravens, and I would love for it to be the Commanders. But we have to see how the playoffs are going to go. With that being said, appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm heading out. Take care, stay safe, and peace out.